up in here. Turn that thing back up.
Turn that
thing back up. Come over here, jam. Come on now. Dude, come on. Koye with the remix in there. I got you, Law. Check it out.
You're rocking with the best.
Let's sit back up, though.
Yeah, come on, DJ.
Come on, DJ.
There we go.
Oh, drop that one more time.
I want to make some glory hole.
Hey. See, I'm trying to keep that promoter, host, DJ Sky intact right now, because I'm ready to just come on out with it. Ladies.
He needs some milk.
Here we go. Yes, sir. We live.
Eddie Salazar, what's good, man?
Hi, DJ Law.
There you go.
I need to hear that war call one time.
One time for the one time.
Indeed. Listen, man. Let me tell y'all something, bro. When Roundtable speaks, everybody needs to listen. Let me get my little bag real quick. See, you can listen to a lot of people. You can listen to Stephen A. Smith. You can listen to Bart Scott. You can listen to Dan Orlovsky. You can listen to Emmanuel Acho, but you'll be wrong. See, you'll be wrong, incorrect. See, you'll be led astray. You'll be bamboozled. You'll be left lethargic. You'll be left with all the incorrect information. But this thing over here, though, if you'd have listened to this thing over here, you would have been on time. Everything would have been appropriate. Because a lot of y'all was early when this roundtable was like, hey, man, I think we got some good things going on with this team here. You know, a lot of y'all will be on the train with us, but some of y'all missed that boat. See, Vox says this. See, when I say we're going to beat the shot of all these teams, we're going to beat them all, including Justin Herbert, including these teams in the division, including all these miscellaneous 4-0 teams. You know what I'm talking about? That don't mean nothing when they come into the Cowboys undefeated. We smoke shit. Do you understand me? We got Pro Bowl corners already. See, man, some of y'all like to draft rookies, and you know what I mean? Some of your draft classes around the league, the other 31 of y'all, some of y'all the draft, you may be lucky if you get one. You'll be blessed if you get two. Y'all ain't got 5 contributing today. Y'all ain't got 5. With 4 more on the way. That's what I'm just saying. This thing is different here. But you would be privy to this information if you simply tune into the right people. I'm not going to hate you too much because I love you. Even though you're wrong, even though there was some ignorance afoot, you just didn't know no better. We going to love on you. We just going to love on you. The Roundtable going to love on you. Koye Media, Fuster King, Law Nation, Skywalker, Advisor, we going to love on you because that's what we do here. Gentlemen, what's happening?
What's happening, partner?
I was lit.
Fire. Y'all know something funny, man.
The intro king, man.
Y'all know something funny.
He don't even be scripting those Jones.
You know something.
He go for like 40 minutes, just like killing it.
we can
No
preach
breath.
something. We can preach something for months, but when you listen to those people that'll lead you astray, they'll say, "Well, Dak's shoulder and Dak's ankle," but all of a sudden they say, "Oh, Dak MVP now. Dak is the MVP now." Isn't it just interesting how they tone changes? Don't listen to them because they right now because they was wrong once. Listen to the people that was right twice. You understand?
Yeah.
You understand? Ladies and gentlemen, we don't do this every day because if we did it every day, you wouldn't watch it. But this is the Roundtable, the Roundtable. We take the best in the business and we put them all at this table. I'm thinking about naming something different because I don't have to sue nobody for copyright infringement. Everybody think that just because they table is circular, that they have a round table. We might have to change it to like Cool Kids or somehow, the cool table, whatever we got to change this to, we'll figure it out. But we here and we have things to discuss. Do y'all have a particular direction y'all want to start it, or y'all just want to rock? Y'all just
You
want to
already
go.
know, man.
Man, let's pop this pop, man.
Okay, let's do this. Let me do this. Let me just start by saying this. Fuss was right. Okoye was wrong. Jaylon Smith is wrong. Man. We
You
gonna
started
do
shit. You started shit already.
Hey,
You started shit already.
I'm just,
I don't think I was necessarily wrong. It's just the paycheck one, man. The money talks, man. The money talks.
okay,
Yeah.
so look, we're gonna be respectful about the whole Jaylon Smith situation. You know, we're thankful for what he did to us, man, but did for us. But you know, we're never opposed to getting better. You know what I mean? We never want to look at a situation where we can grow and improve and be like, nah, I'm good, man. And you know what I mean? The writing was on the wall. There's only so much we can say about this. We all did respective recordings on our own channel. You know what I'm saying? Reacting to the news or whatnot. So we ain't got to do too much. But if y'all want to turn this into a shouting match between Fuss and Okoye, you can. But Okoye, how you feel about the whole Jaylon?
You want to start with me? You want to start with me? Number one, like I told y'all last night, I said it on my channel as well. I don't think y'all can see it in here, but I got a crow statue up there. I'll eat a little crow on that because I did feel like Jaylon would come in this season, honestly, with a chip on his shoulder due to the fact that linebacker room was packed and, talented. So, competition at every level of the defense. It's not like it's just exclusive to the linebacker core. If you look at corner, if your name's not Trevon Diggs, you better fight. If you want safety, you better fight. If you're on the defensive line, you got to fight for your job. That's just the mentality around here. And that's what happens when you bring in a new defensive coordinator. So, feelings ain't facts. When you look at the facts, facts are Jaylon, as far as the pass is concerned this year, you can see that he improved. I did the film on it. He's improved. He's the only linebacker that didn't give up a 20-yard play this year so far. So kudos to him for that. You could tell he worked hard at that, right? But when you looked at the run, I know Vach, you've done some pieces as well. I know Law as well. Everybody's kind of commented on it. And Jaylon definitely isn't looking like the guy from 2018 when it comes to the way he's approaching his gaps and the way he was playing the run. So some people say that's not the reason. I know, but obviously if you're trying to let a guy out of the organization who you have respect for, you're definitely not going to kick him in the ass on the way out. So regardless of what people saying, if Jaylon's playing up to his paychecks level, Jaylon's still here. And that actually, not to talk about people's money, but I think in Dallas, if you look back on players that have kind of max out, listening to their if you're not a quarterback anyway, but listening to their agents, if you max out your contract, I don't see that many people that get max contracts that actually last here, man. It's like I said yesterday, you want to be a king for a day or prince forever. Like if you take team-friendly deals around here, you probably stay. You take a deal where they got to start asking questions after 2 years, you probably gone. That's what it is, man.
Okay,
period.
You sound hurt, man.
Not tag me in.
I ain't hurt. That's the reality of it.
Hit him, Foots. Hit him upside his head. Go ahead.
Okoye, you was wrong. Nah, that's all good.
You ain't lying.
But give Foots the mic, let him go, because I go off on you all the time. So I told you, I'm a boxer, man. I can take it how I give it. So go ahead and give it to me, man.
Listen, Okoye,
you owe it to me because I've been tearing your ass up. Let's go.
You see how he jabbed me? That's messed up. Listen, Okoye is a film watching dude. Vach, they really bang the film out. My whole thing is I try to pride myself on projection, and kind of like what I see. And the truth is, this year I just didn't see. You talk about the run, right, Okoye? I just didn't see Jaylon run well. Like his movement was off. Let's be honest. And
no, that's facts, man.
And I just think, you know, the whole nine about the past and this. The truth is, the speed of this defense has changed. Let's be honest. The middle of the defense, and we'll talk about kind of where I'm pretty sure we'll talk about where Micah needs to be, and I'll kind of give my thoughts on where Micah should be. But to me, the middle of the defense with Jaylon out there is it's slower. With LVE out there, I'll take a little crow because I was high on LVE.
I'm about to say, yo.
Listen, Leighton Vander Esch looks slow. Like, I don't even want him on the film. Like,
Now see, Foots, this is my thing. Is Vander Esch slow, or is he just surrounded by safeties that run faster than him?
Let's talk about that, Boss. So we'll jump right into it.
Like you doing some of that word magic over
I'm
there.
a Mike Parsons fan, Playboy. You know
Hey, look.
What you talking about?
Let's
If the gloves don't fit, you must have quit.
I never liked Rashawn Slater, but go ahead.
let's really get into it, though. You know what I'm? No, stop that, Boss. Because me and you. Hey, hold on.
Huh?
Let's say this about Rashawn Slater. He is really good, bro.
Oh,
But anyway,
you know this team. Go ahead.
But when it comes to LVE, he looks slow out there. Like right now, I want Jaylon Curse on the field any way he can be on the field because he's diagnosing plays at just a different tick than anybody not named Micah Parsons. So it's not even Crow Okoye.
Now you make it. What did you say? You said Micah Parsons diagnosing plays. What are you talking about?
No, I said Jaylon is diagnosing plays better.
But you said that anybody not named Mike. You think Micah Parsons is diagnosing plays this year?
Here we go, bro.
Oh man,
Go ahead, man. Let's say what you said. Go ahead, man.
Go ahead, man. Stand on it. Stand on it now.
Law Nation here too, by the way. But go ahead.
I'm just saying, is that what you see? That's all. He is making plays.
I love the way Micah's playing. I mean, I don't.
In the middle of the field?
In the middle of the field.
Okay.
Tampa game, I don't think he was lost. I think it was his first game against the best quarterback that ever played. But everything else I see, and here's the thing that I told you during draft time, even if he can't diagnose it, he's so athletic that it don't matter because he's gonna make.
I'll give you that. Yeah, he's playing great.
Watch this, because we bounced around and we can hit 4 topics just doing this. Let's just do this. Micah Parsons, should he be a full-time linebacker? And just humor me on this, right? And I want to know this for right now and the future. Defensive end or linebacker? What should his main job be? Give me some pros.
I'll go quick. I'm gonna go very quick.
Go
linebacker. The game is won in the middle of the field.
Okay.
Me. I don't think that you do him any justice. If you want to put him in packages, put him on the team's worst offensive alignment and blitzing packages, that's fine. But there's no way I'm taking him out the middle of the field. That's just me.
All right.
I can agree with you there, but the only philosophy I got to look at, right, and you got to pay attention to is the fact that you got guys like Neal coming back, and you got guys like Cox that we want to get out on the field, right? So, and Kurtz plays some linebacker every once in a while. So when you're doing that, you still I think you're even better when you have Micah, Osa, whoever you want at the one tech, and Gregory out on the front 4, and then 2 other linebackers that usually will be sitting on the bench somewhere when Mike is out there. Maybe Cox and a combination of Cox and Neal, so on. You still have LVE, who they still want to throw on the field as well. So whether we like it or not, he's going to be moved around still. I don't think it's just going to be – I don't think it was like Jaylon holding him on the edge. I think we using him on the edge because Bradley and I wasn't here. Right. D-Law is not here. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter where I want him. I think if you want him to just take his licks at middle linebacker and just, just be a learning season,
let me ask you this, Okoye.
Put him in the middle, yeah.
Where do you want him? Where do you think he's best seen? I want to hear your opinion.
I think he's most effective coming forward, period. Like when he thinks run first. So he wants to destroy anything in the backfield. He's a chase and tackle predator. So it doesn't matter where you put him. I like it on the outside right now because his experience level. So he doesn't have to think. Do what you do best, which is wreck shit. So for the team overall, this season, we don't hurt with him not being in the middle of the field is what I'm saying. When you have other linebackers that can play coverage and play the run just as well.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I have no clue if I'm getting an echo, but who's playing the run better just as well as Micah Parsons?
That's what I don't know.
Because I'll agree with you. Mike has a lot of learning.
Playing better than Micah Parsons in the middle of the field?
Who's playing as well as Micah Parsons against the run at linebacker.
What I'm saying is, I'm not mad. There's guys who can't play as well as Micah Parsons on the outside right now. There's guys who you can put in the middle of the field where you're not mad that they're in the middle of the field.
Okay.
Of course, Micah Parsons is the best player.
Like,
don't try to turn it into a me versus
good.
Micah Parsons narrative, because that's not going to happen. I fuck with Micah Parsons. That was the only player I broke down in the draft, so I like Micah Parsons. I'm just saying, if you say, okay, at middle linebacker, do we have other guys? We have a packed linebacker room. We don't have a packed pass rusher room. See what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
So
the overall team is better because we get other guys on the field with him when he's outside. When he's inside, we don't have a guy to replace him outside unless you want to, throw your cards on Bradley and not right now. That's
so, Koya, this is my whole thing, though, with that. Like, what's better for the team? A linebacker running a 4-3 because you ain't got none of them. And then a pass rusher running a 4-3 because you ain't got none of them neither. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
so
you got some 4-4s in there though. You got Kirsch, you got Neal, you got
that's a
Cox.
whole 10th.
They pretty fast though.
That's a whole 10th. That's a couple $1 million in this league. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's so weird because if you put him full time at end, he's probably one of your better cover guys too. You know what I'm saying? And
facts.
So what's more important to you? Like, would you rather have a Ray Lewis or a Lawrence Taylor type of cat? Because the like if he's at Mike, he's not coming off the field. Like you see when he's at edge, he's only playing like what 60% of the snaps. What am I doing with that damn 4-3-40? Those other 40% of the snaps. I would rather have that.
I think what we're gonna see is what we should have saw all year anyway, which is Micah Parsons in the middle on the first two downs, and third down he'll be a specialty pass rusher. I think that's what we're gonna see. Period.
My echo is messing.
Law Nation, please, welcome to the show, sir. What you got?
What up?
I'm just sitting
feeling
here
the beer
chilling,
too,
just
James.
letting
So
y'all
bad I
get
got
y'all
echo
wonderful,
right now.
beautiful words out. So, Okoye, a couple of weeks ago, you was on the final word, and I asked you a simple question: what is the most important punch in boxing?
The jab.
Where can you utilize Michael Parson as on this team to be considered the jab? Which position?
What you mean?
I mean, you can jab from anywhere with him. It don't matter where you put him at. When you put him in the middle of the field, he's a Swiss Army knife. He can be doing anything. So it's just some subterfuge there. So I do like that. You don't know what he's doing. But even when you put him on the outside, he's dropped in coverage from the outside as well this year. So I'm not saying Michael Parsons should be just a pass rusher. I'm just saying when he played outside, you guys saw the difference in our team. Like, what did our defense do when he was outside? What did our defense do when he was inside? Period. We looked like a better defense when he was outside. Period. Especially when you got Randy Gregory playing the way he's playing on the other side of the field. They complement each other very well.
That's yeah.
Can't deny that.
Well, that's a good observation there. So the reason why I say that is because now that we have Golston playing for 2 games now, we see that he made a play in each and every last one of those games. Yes, he's on pace now, believe it or not, to have 3 to 4 sacks in one of those situations, whereas some of those plays he was just there. Now, you seeing that out of Golston, I don't think that the Cowboys would look at it and say, well, let's move Parson at that spot because they drafted him for that linebacker role. Now that he can play edge.
That is an X factor, though. Golston playing the way he's playing. Golston can play with his hand up. So that's an X factor that does make sense.
I'm talking about like 4-3 though.
He don't run a 4-3. No.
Oh, no, he ain't no damn 4-3.
Like Parsons do, man. And that's what makes this whole thing weird is that no matter what you do, Parsons does it better than somebody else a little bit better. Right. Even when you're on the internet and you run into the Cowboy fan, I'm not kicking him while he's down. But the whole Jaylon thing, right? They was like, okay, well, even if Jaylon can't play linebacker, can he just get on the line and like pass rush?
Why wouldn't you pick Parsons then?
Parsons, exactly. You would be losing playing somebody else there.
That was my argument all offseason. Put Jaylon on the outside this year, but then when I saw what Parsons can do, you can't argue with it.
He's an X.
Can't argue with it. I'm not crazy. I'm a Cowboy fan. I want us to win, and Parsons is the key to doing that, regardless of how you slice it.
What I think this is, right? First of all, it's a good problem to have. But I think every couple years in the draft, we get this brand new player that nobody know how the hell to use them. And, like last year was Isaiah Simmons, right? And the Cardinals took a while to figure out how to use him. Mm-hmm. But then, like, he was so special when he came out, the safety, nickel, corner linebacker dude. But the very next year, it was 6 guys just like him. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And we got one of them in Cox or whatever. So now what I think this is, there doesn't exist a 4-3 running 250-pound, I play linebacker and pass rusher guy. We may get some more of them in the future. Good for the Cowboys that we're ahead of the innovation, is that we have some. I mean, we got a brand new weapon y'all ain't got. You know what I'm saying? It's like Cold War shit. We got some nukes that y'all ain't got. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is up to Dan Quinn to really figure out how to use them. I think I forgot who's. I think Koye, one of y'all said. I forgot all y'all sound and look alike. But I think just play linebacker for the majority of the snaps. And if we got a sweet little mismatch on the outside, third down, third and long, you go over there and boogie. Besides that, leave your pass rush line up regular and just blitz Micah from A gap, because when he got his sack this week, he got it from blitzing and running over the running back and getting sacks.
As long as he coming forward towards the line, I like him. Period.
And let me say this about Isaiah Simmons and Voch. We covered him at Clemson.
Sure.
He's 230.
Yes.
Micah Parsons is 250. There's nobody created like Micah Parsons. That's the difference. And the truth of the matter is, I think Law brought up a great point about ghosting. Me personally, I don't want Micah on one side of the field, because a good OC really can game plan and say, okay, I'll run away from him. I'll scheme, I'll chip. When Micah is just everywhere, it's legit.
You don't know what's happening, yeah.
And so that's,
and even when you see him in the huddle, you can look at the personnel. You still don't know where he's about to line up.
Right.
And that's the point. That's the point of keeping them guessing. That's what the jab's supposed to do. Keep them guessing. You can jab from anywhere on the field. So that's why I say utilize Parson as that person that you can line them up. Hey, shoot through the A on this gap. Hey, on this, I want you to play on the edge. And it's predicated upon the opposition that we play as well. So this week we play against the Giants. Okay. Daniel Jones love to run, so we can really use Parsons everywhere.
Spy in your ass, I'm telling you.
We're gonna beat the shit out of the Giants regardless, bro. It don't matter where you land up.
Hey, Voch, it was quiet all week from the Eagles fans and Washington fans, but the Giants fooled around and got hyped because they beat the New Orleans Saints. And I'm sitting there like, whoa, Giants, come on now. Y'all really think? And they said, oh, the Cowboys smelling themselves. I said, oh, man, come on, please.
All right, keep smelling. Yeah. Keep smelling. This ain't James player. Go ahead, please.
Well, no, and I just think, to add to the point about Micah, I think that what people are forgetting is you're going to play backs where you're going to need him to really be there in coverage and to be able to run sideline to sideline. Now, the truth is, now I like what you're saying, Okoye. If Cox was ready, Cox was ready,
there's things he still need to work on, according to Mike McCarthy. But yeah, you're right. If he was,
I believe that Mike. I don't know if Cox is ready for the NFL strength yet. Like that's the one thing. That's the one thing that Micah is. Mm-hmm. Like he's been able to handle the strength of these guards, climb the next level. I don't know.
I don't think Cox will ever play that way though. He a slasher like Sean Lee. I don't think he's ever going to be a guy that's going to take on blocks head on. He's going to be a guy to like cut under those.
Well, the truth is, you have, and sometimes if you're in a 4-2-5 or if you're the force player, sometimes you're going to have to take on blocks. If you open those gaps up, you're in trouble. But
Fred Warner. Like Fred Warner is not a guy that's going to go blow up your guard. He going to get around his ass though, but he ain't going to blow him up.
Anticipation. That's the anticipation thing we're talking about.
He going to beat you to the spot.
Something I really like, just moving on real fast. Something I really like that I noticed, whether it be Micah or any of these young cats, how they looked on their college tape ain't nothing like how they are once they got here. And I think, brother.
Who?
Okay, so Micah Parsons, first of all, wasn't covering, and he wasn't. He
was, bro.
Sir, Micah Parsons was faster.
He had some bad film.
He was faster than college.
Too, though. He got bad film now in coverage too.
Koye Media. He was faster than a lot of those college children, but he was not a nuanced cover guy. He was faster than a lot of college right tackles, but he didn't have polished pass rush moves. He had a lot of problems with his mental processing. He still do, but he's a lot better now. I'll give you another example, sir. Chauncey Golston is a bona fide run stopper when he was at Iowa. Chauncey Golston looked like he got a little bit of pass rush juice now. I think it's fair to say that. Also, Diggy Zua, if you watch his San Diego State,
he's the one.
Or any of them Pac-12 schools, he is an anchor that is 280 that's not getting moved. All of a sudden, this motherfucker swift and he running stunts and he got hand movement and he all kind of, you know what I'm saying? He looked different now with Koye. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like when we first talked about these rookies getting here, we was like, oh, Dan Quinn got a plan. These guys are role players. They're run stoppers. These motherfuckers, everything. They do all things.
Osa is the one.
Time for us one more thing. Even Nashawn Wright was better than what people thought he was, but even his tape said a certain thing. But when he got to camp, he was way better than he was on that college tape. So I just wanted to pat our coaches on the back one time. Am I bugging Okoye by saying that?
I don't think you're bugging. I guess I just had like high expectations for him because I thought that they would play the way they're playing.
Also, Diggy Zoo about to make it real weird for Neville Gallimore, sir. I'm about to transition.
Hey, why you take my point, man?
I'm about to transition. I'm about to transition right now. I got you for somebody.
You're right though. Yeah,
he took my point, man. Nah, I would say,
please,
Botch,
go ahead,
the
please.
one that I do think that Osa, when he was drafted, I said that he had some ability to play upfield, and then what he would be asked to do is perfect for what Dan's asking. The one that you hit on is Golston. That's just so strange to me because he didn't play in preseason. He didn't really play in training camp. So I shut up, but that was a good one with Golston.
Yeah. What I'm touch on two people and say you're gonna shut up for us. Now we got to talk about them, sir. Okay, I made this list of guys, right? This list of guys that have been playing and the list of guys that ain't been here. And going into the season, we had this thing where I was like, "Hey man, y'all better not get hurt because some young people gonna take your job if you do." I think that list has gotten a little longer. So I just
it's a wrap for everybody, man.
I just wanted to run this by y'all.
Hey, D-Law getting Khalil Mack money, man. That's all I gotta say. He get that type of money. He ain't,
what you saying?
What you mean? What I'm saying? What I'm saying is Chauncey on that ass. What I'm saying. Chauncey.
No.
Chauncey on that ass.
What Okoye is saying,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For
He's on that ass.
for D-Law and Tristan Hill, what Okoye is saying is,
yep.
Love it. No,
let y'all do this.
Please fix this, please.
Koye,
I rebuke you, Satan.
Koye, Chauncey Ghost not gonna take no damn DeMarcus Lawrence job.
It ain't about.
It's not about taking his job. I agree.
That's what I'm talking about.
Koye and Foots agree for once.
Understand that you're winning football game without the guy that you're paying $14 million a year. You're winning football games.
So imagine how we gonna win them shits when he come back. Imagine how much more comfortable. Sam Darnold probably won't even get rushing touchdowns.
Week 9 and we still playing at this level when he's here. He won't be here next year. That's just what I'm telling you, bro.
I'm not even talking about next year.
It's a reason.
And it's a couple things that go with that, sir. For one, I'm not talking about next year necessarily. I'm just talking about this year in particular.
Even this year, everything D-Law can do for you, right?
I think
Chauncey can do.
I will cuss you out in
Chauncey can
front
do
of
what D-Law can do.
In front of 1,100 people, time out everybody.
D-Law ain't done nothing since his 14 sack year, brother.
In front of 1,100 live viewers, first and foremost.
Yes, let's get it.
Foremost.
You know I like smoke, bro. I ain't been smoking either, so I'm about due for one. So let's go. Roll that bitch up. Let's go.
I don't want to cuss. I don't want to cuss you out in front of 1,100 people. You mean to tell me after one game? One game and some change, Chauncey Ghost just gonna come in and just give you what D-Law gave you.
That's
it's
not
just
what I'm
that
saying.
easy.
No. Am I saying Chauncey is better than D-Law at at crashing the B gap and at being a violent player? No, but he is a similar style player. But what he is better at D-Law at is playing with his hand off the ground. They went and got Bohanna. They went and got Osa. They went and got Chauncey. They went and got Urban. They want to play more of a 3-4 look, it seems, in my opinion. Maybe I'm crazy.
Well, you know what? Zach Wilson is very similar to Pat Mahomes, but Pat's much better. You know what I'm saying? Pat's more refined. Pat's done this longer. D-Law, people may not like D-Law's money, and people may hate D-Law's foot being broke right now. They may dislike D-Law's foot being broke right now, but when that dude is playing, that dude is legit. And in this Super Bowl
this ain't about being legit or not legit, bro.
I understand if this was a quarterback conversation, Okoye, and like we winning with Dak and Romo trying to come back, we just gonna keep Dak. That's different. But in this situation in particular, when D-Law come back, Chauncey gotta go sit down somewhere. Now, if you want to make this Chauncey versus Dorrance, that makes a little more sense. But this ain't Chauncey versus D-Law at all, sir.
So I don't think it's. Let me jump in, fellas.
I'm talking about the way Jerry Jones thinks. Period. If he can get production, the more production or better from a player that he's playing. Excuse me, I'm tongue twisted. Paying less. he gonna do that. So if he can get sacks out of Chauncey and get productivity on the edge out of Chauncey, if Chauncey has 5-6 sacks by the time D-Law come back, mark my words, D-Law better watch out. Not because he's better than D-Law. I'm not saying that. It's just that's how it's going to be, bro. If you can get productivity, if I'm paying you to do something, if you can pay somebody to cut your grass, this dude cut it for $10 just as good as the dude you pay $70. Unless you love this dude that you're paying $70, you going to fire him and pay the nigga, pay the guy $10 that you can get away with. So it's not about whether or not Chauncey not better than D-Law today.
Oh yeah, one of them cut the grass good, but the other one get the hedges and rakes it up at the end and clean the yard up real good.
Pull out the leaf blower and everything else.
Little lines in it, you know.
But you guys do know that Stephen Jones did lamented the fact that, hey, I'm trying to get these young guys in over the veteran guys. He said that, and he's the guy that cut the checks. Now I'm gonna ask you this: was Jaylon Smith released because he didn't want to renegotiate that guaranteed money on his contract, or was he released because of his skill of play?
Both, probably.
Both.
Perfect storm.
Both.
Yeah.
So now you said both.
If Jaylon
so
was gangster, this wouldn't have been a conversation at all. Like
so when they go and approach D-Law and they say, "Hey man, we want you to renegotiate." I don't know his contract. I don't have it in front of me. And he said he refuses. Would they release him as well?
So
I don't know what's up. He know what's up.
But the difference is D-Law is actually playing well. He's playing. He's producing well. Yep. And we haven't drafted a guy that's going to come in and just take D-Law off his rocker yet. Not even Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons, that whole Micah go pass rush thing sounds cool, but as a complete defensive end, DeMarcus Lawrence is yes, he's the better guy than Micah as a DN. But I'll listen to your story though. Go ahead, Foots.
So you can lose your job to injury. It happened to Tony Romo.
Go ahead, Okoye, say something. Time my foot. Say something, Okoye.
You've seen. I'm not saying Micah has a lot of tape, but you telling me that
DeMarcus Lawrence is a better
DeMarcus Lawrence has given us the spark that you see out of this kid on the outside.
I ain't talking about sparks. I said he's a better defensive end.
I think that Micah Parsons on the outside, period, is better than D-Law.
If you want your spark, then keep Micah at Mike. I said Marcus Lawrence is a better defensive end than Micah Parsons.
No, he's not. He is. He is Okoye. He is because he plays the run. He plays the run better.
What you think?
I don't know. I don't know if my mic got an echo, so it's hard for me really to talk because people keep saying they got an echo. But I love Micah. He's not a better overall defensive end.
He's not better.
That's all you need. Don't worry about it.
Not right now.
Listen here. Watch the Tampa Bay game.
I ain't watching shit. I've seen it.
When Gronk scored on. Listen, in this defense I'm talking about, when Gronk scored on D-Law, right, on that zero blitz, right? Do you think if Mike is in that same position, Gronk just runs by him the same way?
Me and my boys
I'm just asking. That's a defense we play. And it calls a touchdown. So can Micah do that?
Hold on. You talking about
D-Law do that? No.
You talking about when D-Law went back and
cover zero.
The right answer is put somebody that covers people on.
That was on Dan Quinn. That was a personnel thing. Here's the truth.
That's my answer.
Here's the truth, fellas. Here's the truth. Okoye actually isn't wrong in the sense that, like, they said my audio. Can y'all hear me better now?
You good?
Sound good.
Okoye isn't wrong when it comes to injury, right, Vach? I've always said your best ability is your availability. D-Law has these little issues. Cool. Right now, is he better than Micah Parsons? 100%. Here's the deal. If you can get D-Law production from Anai, from a sprinkle of Golston, do you move on, Law? Maybe. Listen, here's the truth. You're going to move on. If it's not next year, it's the year. You're done. Like, this youth movement is real. In the way that the Cowboys draft, and they want to build through the draft. Stephen Jones wants to build through the draft, period. So this youth movement is real. I'm not saying that he's better, but Okoye is making sense when it comes to if let's look at it like this. Let's look at trajectory, and then I'll shut up. If he's already playing this well, Botch, I got to get my words in quick. If he's already playing this well, without even having a full training camp, the whole nine, we might be looking at something. Seriously. So,
all I'm gonna say is, we all watch film. Excuse me for the headphones. We all watch a lot of film, man.
Right.
And you can go to anybody's channel you want, but we can go film it out, bro. Film it out. Show me over the last 3 years.
Koye, that's my thing though.
Who's doing 3 years of film, Koye?
I'm talking about 3 years. You can pick. I didn't say watch 3. So you know what I'm saying. He like to deflect. You know what I'm saying. I didn't say compile 3 years of film and put it all out at one time. I'm saying you can choose any games you want over the last 3 years and show me D-Law's impact when he's not playing a bum right tackle. Show me his impact being greater than Micah Parsons over the last 2 games.
Okay, this is my problem with what you're saying. This is my problem.
I want to see it.
The question ain't who's making impact on the field. Micah moving around at Mike, finding mismatches, then playing some in, then whooping the kid at the right tackle over at the Chargers is different than D-Law spearheading your defensive end, your whole defense.
I'm not saying that Micah should start over D-Law this year. I'm saying that Micah is better than D-Law on the outside. I don't think that they're going to bring D-Law back and say, hey, you're going to go on the bench and Micah going to play defensive end. I don't think that's going to happen. But what I'm saying is D-Law has people here who are going to chop into his productivity, period, because they're being productive without him. They are. We're still winning. If we was getting run on to the right, they were running to that side, or they was crushing us in his gap or in his spot, and we could clearly see we need him back, or we're hurting because he's gone, then we could make that conversation and say, oh, D-Law gonna come back and we gonna stabilize that. It's like you forget that Tristan ain't here. You forget that Neville Gallimore ain't played. You forget that D-Law ain't played. All these dudes are balling, bro.
But see,
I don't understand how that's an argument.
But that's thinking like a fan, though, Koye. You know when you watch the film, when you look at he the most double team cat on this team, bro. You know that. And they not really. And they starting to do it now with Micah. To your point, they are starting to put more like help and attention on his side or whatever. But they are afraid of D-Law. That dude is much better of a pro. Now look, if you want to talk about the future, when Micah got his peanut butter and he didn't work with D-Ware for 3 more years, if you want to talk about that, he's refined that run game stuff. Cool, we can talk about that. But as a D end right now, you're not sitting D-Law for Micah.
Show me a game when D-Law had 8 pressures.
Koye, come on.
One.
Koye, come on.
He was dominant against Arizona. Man, we talked a long time ago, but in Arizona he had like 4 sacks. But I mean, that's a long time ago.
Context matters, right, Scott?
It does matter.
right, sir. Context matters.
Well, Voch, to your point, it's crazy how we're answering each other's questions. Voch, to your point, that's why I want Mike in the middle of defense, because you can't double team him in the middle of defense, and you can let him do certain things. The truth of the matter is, this is a great problem to have. Fantastic. That your young talent is playing so well so early that it's almost scary how well Dallas is drafted. If you hit on one of these corners, you can knock it out the park, man. Scott, they're saying that your audio is good.
Yeah, it's good. I found out what happened. But let me Koye stirring the pot. Let me stir it back at you, Koye.
I'm just talking facts.
I ain't trying to stir. Check it out though.
Jaylon got cut this year.
Check it out.
Joe Thomas got cut last year. Come on,
Joe Thomas was better than Jaylon and LV though.
Check it out. If D-Law was playing,
on the film. I don't just stay there.
If D-Law was playing against Category 2 Storm Norton, he would have had 8 pressures. If D-Law was playing against Maliota's backup, I don't even know who he was, he would have did the same thing too, right? We got to remember, and I love Mike. I told you I love him. But when he goes up against Elaine Johnson and against Rashawn Slater, it ain't the same. I've seen D-Law beat elite tackles, right? I haven't seen
Rashawn did stone him. I'll give you that.
I haven't seen Micah consistently beat elite tackles just yet. So I can't say he's better than D-Law at defensive end. He may be a better speed rusher, but D-Law does everything overall. Like, he's an overall well-rounded defensive end, better than Micah Parsons right now. Like Voch said, the future, maybe if y'all want to put him there, but for me, I'm with Foots, moving back to the middle when Law come back, man.
Perfect.
With that being said, though, man, this Micah Parsons conversation is incredible. We knew y'all was gonna come click on it, man. We got 1,200 concurrent viewers watching right now. Y'all just go tell your friend we live. We ain't doing nothing else.
Can I say something real quick, Voch? People in the chat don't know who I am. Somebody said Sky's just happy to be there. Time out. I'm not just happy to be there.
Man, don't answer that bullshit. They say I talk too much. They say I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So
the problem was there was an echo going, so I had to fix it because I'm QBing this thing in the background, making sure my brothers is cool. All right, so I'm not just happy to be here. These are my boys.
Don't listen, man. Don't let the chat box mess with your ego. You are happy to be here, but we all happy to be here. You know we all happy.
They all want to be
chilling.
I'm gonna say this right now. I think Sky probably one of the best quarterbacks in the YouTube game.
I'm trying to QB, bro.
Running.
Yeah,
he and
I want to say this. This ain't about me, Foots. Go back to the thing. Go back to the thing.
I'll be honest with y'all. Some of these problems, Dallas ain't had these problems in a long time, Law. We ain't had problems where we gotta figure out. And this is now, Voch. I don't know what you have written down, and I hope I'm not hijacking.
Don't worry about it.
But we got to talk about this safety position, man, because listen.
Stop. You're hijacking my show. We gonna get there. Slow down, because we get there. One more thing on this Jaylon thing, because it kind of ties into the D line, in my opinion. I want to hear y'all thoughts about it. Then we're gonna get into this next thing. I think one of the bigger reasons Jaylon got cut is because we got so many people coming back, and it's so hard to touch the depth at the bottom of the team, because at first we never had that, right? But now you're in a situation where you're looking at, all right, is it Jaylon or is it like a Terrell Basham or something? And Basham giving you some good reps and shit, you know what I mean? And then Tristan gonna come back, Neville gonna come back, D-Law is gonna come back.
Tristan is not going to play, Bots. Get that out your head. That's your pet cat. He will not see the field.
This the funny part about
now we can argue about that.
This the funny part about you, Fuss. Tristan is definitely gonna get some reps, and then plus you don't want to be in a situation where something happens to Neville again, and now you ain't got a backup three that you feel real good about. Because now we having to play Basham and Chauncey at three. They cool at three, but you're having to play them at three because we ain't got true threes. Let's at least, because we don't know what Tristan or Neville look like. They both ain't even been around for real. So all we got is Osa. But
Bots, with Osa motor, do you see Tristan getting on the field? So real, dog.
So let's do this. Let's just move on to this next segment I got. Osa has made such an impact. When Neville comes back, what happens, Foots? And you can make this Neville and Tristan, since we're talking about Tristan. Osa has made such an impact. What happens when Neville and Tristan comes back?
Now that's the one. The D-Law thing is debatable. There's no way I'm messing with Osa's reps the way he's played. I think that he's been a dog in a run game.
Sure.
He's been a dog in his pass rush. Like I'm not taking him off the field. I think that you can lose your job to injury. That's the way the league is. And I think that if there's a guy that's playing the way he's playing, there's no way I'm taking Osa off the field, Bosh. We covered him. They loved him at UCLA. They got ties. I get the whole you want to rotate, and I remember Rob Marinelli want to do that stupid stuff. Dog, if this guy can play, he's in shape. Something about D linemen.
They rotate now.
They rotate probably more now.
They rotate, but okay, guys, y'all get what I'm saying.
I don't. Go ahead.
No, okay, well, if you want to put Neville back on the field, that's fine. But I like Osa in there. I'm gonna just be honest with you.
Let me get it on.
I think we all like Osa, but first and foremost, we don't know what Neville is. What if Neville really made that step that we was looking? Now we just pushing Osa, just pushing Neville off a bridge, pushing Tristan. I think you at least got to see what these guys got, though, right, Foots?
Put him at the put him at the
Osa
one,
cool.
Bro.
Osa cool.
They're gonna keep everybody guessing, though.
But Neville might be on some shit. We don't know.
Maybe we put him at the one.
That's
put him at the one. Like
I just like
one though.
And I don't even want to put him at one because he ain't really a one.
But here's
I know, but the defense is so fast flowing. And the defense is so fast flowing. Like, why not? I don't know. Just to me, that's my thoughts. I'll shut up and listen though. But that's just me.
Law Nation, go ahead. Osa has made such an impact. What happens when Neville and Tristan comes back?
Well, Osa is still going to be in the main piece of the rotation. I think that Neville Gallimore is going to be his job to get out there to show the case that he can play. Just like when Carlos Watkins, when he gets back into the folds, they're going to put him back in, and you're going to see more playing time out of him. But I believe that the guy Gilmore give you that position of flex to play some of one as well. And don't sleep on the fact that they already mentioned that they wanted to put D-Law inside that three, and as well as Chauncey. So they're going to keep these teams guessing. Just like we're trying to figure out who's going to play where. Man, Dan Quinn got a plan. And one of the things that I remember when Sky was doing the coaching evaluation, Dan Quinn evaluates and develops the defensive line. That was the secret sauce of this defense altogether. I believe Dan Quinn got a good plan for everybody to get some play time.
Because I tell you what though, Fuzz, you don't like it, but Tristan ain't got cut yet, so they really got an idea of what's going on. They like him, so he's gonna be involved. He's gonna be in the plans, Fuzz. So just
fair.
Get over.
You know, Vach, you know, we have our draft.
Jalen got cut before Tristan did. Get over yourself.
Hey, Vach, you know we have our draft pack cast. That's all.
Hey, Foots, what is more premium, the front four or the linebackers or the safeties or the defensive backs?
Oh, for sure, the front four, without question. Everything.
So they ain't gonna get rid of none of those guys.
That's facts. That's facts.
Think about this COVID thing, man. You can lose 2 or 3 guys just like that. So they're definitely not in the business in a 17-week season to just get rid of people. No. And Botch, when we was out there. I don't know what's taking Tristan Hill so long. We saw some explosiveness, although he didn't have his pads on. Sure. The boy can move.
Yeah, and
that was his thing. That was his thing. So you know, Law. That's why
they holding something back. They gonna say, hey, we're gonna sprinkle him in probably after Thanksgiving. I don't know.
But man, Law, I tell you what, man, when you winning, you can take your time, man. You ain't gotta rush nobody back when you winning. I need these guys around for December, January, and February. That's when I need them for real. I don't need them right now.
No, Law's right about that. That's fine. That's facts.
Koye Media. Oso Digizor has done so well. What happens when Tristan and Neville Tristan and Neville Gallimore come back?
I think Oso still. I think the way that every position is on defense right now. If you look at the defensive line, all up and down the board, there's competition. It's open competition. Look at the safeties.
Slow down.
I mean, I'm talking about this all. You don't got to go into it, but I'm just saying there's competition at every level.
Right.
So it's going to be earned. And the fact that Osa's earning it right now on the field, if he doesn't get hurt or get hampered, if he has no setbacks, Osa's still going to be the starter, and they're going to find a way to rotate those guys in, of course, just like they rotate. Basham sees the field, you know what I mean? So guys are going to see the field if they're available, but I don't think it hampers anything that they're trying to do with Osa. I think it just expands what they're able to do with him, because if you have a guy that can do some of the dirty work that you're asking him to do in a particular play, you can afford to move him around and do other things with him. So, and I don't mean moving him around like he's going to stand up or something, but, at the end of the day, Osa is a battering ram for a dude that's only 285, man. I love how he plays, but I also don't want him to hit that wall and gas out. So I think they're going to keep a healthy rotation going regardless of who's in there. It just makes us better. That's all.
I think definitely
I think he still start, though.
Neville's probably going to be the first guy, but Osa getting a lot of rep. And plus, we've been seeing Osa playing a little bit of end, too. So, we can move those guys.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Do some things.
You can do that if Neville's out there.
Sure. And then, Tristan slowly but surely just does this thing. Skywalker, you got something on this Osa thing? Because this next one going to be fun. We're going to fight about it.
Koye pretty much, everything Koye said pretty much I agree with. But I would play Neville and Osa more often than not. A lot of teams play nickel. They play 11 personnel, so you're going to come out 65, 70% of your plays with 2 linebackers anyway in a nickel situation. So give me, in that predicament, Randy, Osa, Neville, and then when D-Law comes back, D-Law. And good luck. When D-Law comes back, good luck.
Okay, so let's do this. Jaylon Curse playing so good. What the hell happens with Donovan Wilson when he comes back? What we going to do?
Who you starting with?
Koye Media. What you want to do? Long I heard you.
I love these problems.
Oh my goodness. 6'4", 225, 28 pound. Jaylon Curse. Who's bigger, Jaylon Curse or Jabril Cox?
Jabril Cox.
They're about the same size.
People don't realize Jabril Cox is like 240 something.
Come on, man.
Yeah. But Jaylon Curse play like he 250 out there. He's just slanging them kids around, and he's not afraid to shoot through the gaps. I mean, I saw that play that it was a 3rd and long play. 3rd and long, and Sam, he was trying to, he read guy. So he was looking down that guy, and Jaylon just shoot through that. I said, man, that intensity. I like Donovan Wilson. We seen what he did last season on our struggle season, but damn it, that Jaylon Curse, man, my goodness.
He can do what Wilson can do too. Yeah, you're right.
Donovan Wilson can do it too. So
no, I'm talking about J-Ron can do what you like in Wilson, and then do more. You know what I mean?
You know something I really like about Jaylon?
I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I don't know, man. I just think Jaylon is gonna just.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I agree with you.
I think he's just gonna overpower this thing, and I think Donovan Wilson, by him missing the I guess the opening training camps when it was voluntary, what have you, probably rubbed some of those coaches the wrong way, from what I heard, you know. And J-Ron was there, and he got all of the praises. And I was doubting the dog, J-Ron. I said, man, J-Ron just gonna be a camp body, you know. That was me, you know. I'm admitting it, and shoot, I'm glad that I was wrong.
You know what I really like about J-Ron, bro, and I'm not going to make this about Buddy because he don't play for us no more, and I ain't trying to kick a man while he down. But y'all know how we always hating on how Jaylon jump in front of people's celebrations and shit. When y'all see anybody on the defense do anything good, J-Ron right there hyping them up. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Like even like if y'all go to the down thing, they got the sounds on the sideline joints or whatever. He's always the one. He's always the one. You know what I'm saying? Hyping them. You the best.
Yeah,
you the best at this. You know,
contagious,
he brings a certain attitude. Like if you watch him make plays on the field, like he'll get by the quarterback and go, "All right, you motherfucker, you." You know, he'll just do little things that I think add to this thing. Sky, you saw the video. What was they saying? It was like a little chant in the video. They was like, "Run, hit, and talk shit."
Yep, that's literally what he said. Yep.
Yeah.
Run, hit, and talk shit. Like, bro, we didn't have that at first. That wasn't around. I think he does something. Him and KZ, they crazy ass. I think they do something different for this defense. Field wise, they was chanting pregame, run, hit, and talk shit.
Yeah.
We talk shit now. Jason Garrett would never.
Yeah.
Let me get a little taste of this though.
I'm like, bro, Vax says this. I'm not gonna give my answer just yet. I'm gonna let y'all get busy. But no matter what happens, Curse got to be on the field somewhere.
Yeah.
Koye Media. J-Ron Curse has done so well. What do we do with Donovan Wilson?
I think Donovan Wilson is going to get mixed in because, like you said, J-Ron can play linebacker, and he has been asked to do that in the big nickel already. So you'll see J-Ron probably matched up, and we don't really come out of the nickel much anyway. You know, we are in nickel probably 60-70% of the time. I haven't counted, but we're in it a lot. So I don't think it's a problem because of the fact that and that's part of the reason we probably moved away from Jaylon too, because with that happening, with Donovan Wilson coming back, and you needing to keep J-Ron Curse on the field and him being able to match up on tight ends while we're doing that, the things that I wanted to see in Cox are exactly the way J-Ron is playing right now.
Right.
He can play linebacker, but he can also play safety. See what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you matching him up in the nickel. He played nickel in Minnesota, so he's played corner before. He's played safety, and he's playing linebacker, and that's what you're going to continue to do with him. The question you should have, though, is how Hooker plays into Wilson coming back, because I like Hooker near the line of scrimmage more than I thought he's would.
Playing well,
He's been making splash plays in the backfield almost every week, and those are the things that you usually see Donovan Wilson doing. So, and you didn't think Hooker could do. So I thought Hooker would be fighting KZ, but really KZ's earned his spot at single high.
Yes.
And I think it's going to really come down to Hooker and Wilson fighting for that extra time that Curse is not getting.
And just to echo that, Okoye, on DeMonte KZ playing so well at single high. Of course, Donovan can play that role too. But man, think about it. We no longer have to see the Brandon Carrs, the Stephen Parkers, or Darian Thompsons. Man, we got guys, man, or Xavier Woods. DeMonte KZ, 174 pounds, bro.
He like 190 now, right?
No.
Oh, he 175?
He need a sandwich, man.
Dang,
but the way he laid out,
he
laid out that 250-pound tight end, and he was laid out. He like,
that was clean too, bro.
I said, man, that right there, that intensity. Oh my goodness. I like the 1-2 combination.
I love KZ, and I'm sorry, not KZ, but J-Ron Curse, and we absolutely have to find a way to keep him on the field. I have an idea for it. However, there's got to be a little bit of recency bias, because all of that, you know, that mantra, that hypeness, that energy that we're talking about with J-Ron, let's not forget, Donovan Wilson did that when he got put in on this defense last year. for a terrible defense under a terrible defensive coordinator and system, right? So Donovan Wilson in that system accounted for 7 turnovers almost, 3 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, 2 interceptions, and had 3.5 sacks. We forget just how much of a playmaker he was because what have you done for me lately, right?
Well,
he hasn't played.
But Scott, let me ask you something though, right?
Yeah.
Like we already, it's not just about the what have you done for me lately. It's just this. At the end of the day, or beginning of the day, however you want to do it, Donovan Wilson plays in space and near the line of scrimmage. He plays in zone and near the line of scrimmage. He's not a man-up guy. He can do that very well, but you have to cater your game to him, right?
Right.
Can Kearse do the things that we like from Donovan Wilson?
He can. And here's how you get them both.
Can Donovan Wilson do the things that we like from Kearse though?
I wouldn't necessarily do that though, Okoye, because you're right. I think
that's where it is. It's not.
Kearse
I don't think it's like recency bias.
It's not you.
Gives
I'm not talking about you,
Donovan, but then a little more.
I'm not talking about you. You explained it well. I'm talking
about
my
problem
fans.
with Okoye. He's not taking into account who the better player is. He just want to say, can you do this, and this? I still think Donovan Wilson is the better player and does things better.
No.
I think.
Well, hold on. I never even got to my point.
He does. Go ahead.
My point is, you can play them both. Because I personally think Jaylon Kearse is better at the line of scrimmage, being that rover around the line of scrimmage. But I actually, Okoye, believe it or not, I like Donovan Wilson roaming in the back end because he lays the wood.
That's what he does. He plays, but you remember that play in
Minnesota,
L.A. when Donovan dove across the middle of the field and almost got the interception. I'm like, he roams the middle of the field pretty damn good too. That's what I'm saying. But he can also man up as well. So
we're talking about Kearse. You're talking about Kearse.
Would you rather have KZ? Would you rather have KZ or Donovan? Scott.
It's not an either or.
You want KZ at free. You want Donovan at deep free with KZ. Then you want Kearse playing down. He can be big nickel linebacker.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Or second.
I'm about to make Okoye real happy. Put Micah Parsons at rush end on these passing down situations, and my nickel backers are going to be Keanu Neal, Jaylon Kearse, and my safeties are going to be KZ and Donovan Wilson. Who wants to come across the middle then?
Exactly.
Don't make Koye happy, man. Don't make him happy.
Everybody say, turn your mic up, Sky.
Check, mic check.
Yeah, you are a little low.
I think I'm low to y'all, but I should be loud enough on their end.
But they say you low.
That's crazy.
Low to everybody.
Am I low to everybody out here?
No, you good right now.
I turned it up on y'all end because I thought that was where the echo was coming from. But anyway,
you're good now.
Well, good.
Foots, what you got before we move to our next topic?
I mean, you guys know how much I've, just cared so much about safety play, and I think the coolest thing about Jaylon Kearse is, being a special teams guy. I'll be honest, I'd had no expectations for this player at all, like none. Mm-hmm. And so it's a pleasant surprise. I think his special teams mentality is what is infectious on this team. Mm-hmm. He's unselfish. He's not a me guy. He'll go out and do whatever's asked. Oh, and by the way, if you run into the sideline, he gonna talk that shit. And that's what we like. The truth of the matter is, the truth of the matter is, we just had too many nice guys on this team, bro. And I've been saying that for 3 years now. I said this team is just too nice.
Jason Garrett, though.
This team is too nice. And now we have goons. And so, to be honest with you, I'm finding a way to get both of them on the field. Like, injuries are going to happen. Unfortunately. It just is what it is. And so now you have depth. I would just say, to Sky's point, that's one that I'm not going to swing either way, because of the truth of the matter is Donovan Wilson was the only physical player on his team last year.
Only playmaker.
We had a bunch of nice guys running around, and Donovan Wilson was out there trying to crush it. And that's
about that though.
You know what I'm saying?
We was at the
beginning. That's just my thoughts on it.
At the beginning of the season, we thought we had problems at safety. We wanted to bring in new safeties. We thought we had problems everywhere across the defense. Period. Man. Now we're arguing about which of our 4 safeties deserve to start, and they all starting caliber safeties, period. You're not mad regardless of who gets in there.
No.
I'm not mad if Wilson plays. So it ain't even about that. But I'm just saying, I just feel like Kearse has earned it on the field this year so far. Donovan, unfortunately, hasn't gotten an opportunity to. And I think Curse is playing that way because he don't want him to get the opportunity to. And that's always good. The competition has brought it out of these young guys. All of them are competing. Anthony has brought the best game out of Anthony Brown that I've seen, I think, ever in his career, due to the fact he know Boss Man gonna be healthy soon.
That's,
you know what I'm saying?
That's
You're gonna have to earn it on the field. Everybody got to earn it on the field at this point, man. You look at
how you feel about Jordan Lewis right now?
I like what Jordan Lewis is doing for us. I really do.
I say that's the job Kurt's gonna take in my mind.
The
big nickel,
as the nickel dude.
I like big nickel.
But what I'm saying is, when Boss Man comes in, you don't think they're gonna get at the Anthony Brown?
Ooh,
you don't think they're gonna move him inside?
He gonna have to play with Kurtz.
He gonna have to. He gonna have to.
It's a rumble, no matter how you look at it.
But bro, I'm gonna be honest with you though, and this is, bro, you need that, because I'm gonna be real with you. If your team, if you don't have a nigga looking over your shoulder, well, if you don't have a dude looking over your shoulder, like, bro, bro, listen, if you want a team and it's not a Bama that's looking over your shoulder, like, I hated this whole, my bad, y'all. I hate, that's what we can do that on YouTube.
That's what we do.
I hated this whole,
behind the scenes.
You're fired if it's ESPN. You're fired.
I used to slip up on. The hype. I used to have to catch myself.
Think about it. This whole, I didn't like this whole, will this ruin the locker room? Man, listen, I'm not trying to hear all that. This the NFL, dog. If you can't play, you're out of there. It has nothing to do with the locker room and this, that, and the third. I'm not trying to hear that. This team has been mediocre for years. Give me who's going to play football the right way. That's what I'm talking about with. That's what I'm talking about with the Olsen, bruh. Whoever's getting it done, that's who needs to be on the field. Not whoever has the best dance moves and swipe moves and all of that. I want to know, because this whole, I did not like that narrative created about would it mess the locker room up. Bro, this is football. Like, I didn't like that.
Jaylon,
who cares if they do anyway? Like, they used to cut guys. I like coaches that cut guys when we lose, or cut guys just to stir the pot. Like, if you're not playing like you playing like it's your last game, get off the field. Play this game like it's your last game. Do everything balls to the wall, or don't be on the field, period.
Are you
and I ain't got a problem with Jaylon. I really
Foots.
don't. I just know he's not better than our linebacker room. So at the end of the day, if you're trying to get those guys on the field, I mean, he was a logjam, just like Jason Witten was to our tight ends 2 years ago or a year and a half ago when he came back.
We'll talk about the tight ends, because all y'all
we definitely gonna talk about it. Hey, Foots,
but go ahead.
Are you disappointed in Maurice Candidate right now?
I would say,
when I seen him,
because he haven't taken advantages of his opportunities.
There you go. I would just say that. I would say I'm not disappointed, Law. I would say he hasn't flashed. Like, he's just the guy, and that's kind of what he flashed, and he flashed so much in training camp, and it just didn't carry over. So this is what it is.
I love that he hasn't flashed. You're right.
Yeah,
I mean, I agree that he had a bad play last week. Like, that was horrible. That touchdown he gave up. Outside of that, I don't have a problem with Maurice Candidate. I don't. When you watch him on film, the reason he hasn't flashed is because when he's on the field, most of the time, other than the two plays that you could say, the Eagles game where he had to cover, he covered their post pattern perfectly. Hurts extended the play, and then he was still right there for it, but he had to cover him for like 6 seconds. You know, but he covered that. He covered the initial route.
He held him.
He covered the initial route perfectly. He held him when he looked back to see what Hurts was. I'll give him that because that was his first game playing. In our last game against the Panthers, that was horrible. He got juked out of shoes, so I give him that one. But other than that, when I've been watching him on film just because people have been saying that about him. And he's been covering well. You don't see him because nobody throwing at him other than those 2 times.
I agree. That's why I said Foots.
He
played good.
With you saying he hasn't flashed perfect, because you're not saying he's been bad. He just hasn't shown up.
That's true. He hasn't been
bad.
To make a play.
That's
he's not getting
precise.
He's not out there not covering. That's what I'm saying. He's covering. He's just quiet because you don't see him. Nobody.
I would be very interested though to see him get those targets that Anthony Brown's been getting, and he probably had more than one interception. I would
want to see how he steps up in those situations.
We'll see. We'll see. Now I got a question, and I think this is nonsense. I think it's bullshit. I think it's hogwash, but there's some people in the audience and the fan base, the Cowboy Nation, whatever that believes this should be a thing. I would love to hear y'all thoughts on it. And if y'all want to, make people feel embarrassed for thinking this way, y'all ain't got to hold back, because if y'all don't, I will. This idea that Terrence Steele has played so well. What happened with La'el Collins when he comes back?
You put his ass at right tackle and tell Terrence Steele to sit down.
Sit the fuck down.
Terrence Steele, don't get me wrong. I don't want to disrespect youngin.
Me neither.
I like him.
Terrence has done so.
If you wanted to
first
move
cousin now,
La'el, then hey, I don't get why you would do it.
Terrence,
I like La'el, man. La'el is mean. Terrence
That's
has
another
earned
good
a
problem
starting
to have.
spot. If La'el's not here, I don't got a problem with Terrence playing. But La'el is still better than Terrence at this point.
La'el is watching those games, and he's sitting there like, hey, I'm going to sue the NFL.
Hey,
I got to get back out there. I don't care what y'all talking about. I got to get my butt. Hey, La'el Collins, he's seen the tapes. He's seen Tony Romo go, and all of a sudden, Dak Prescott come in. He's seen the people leave and come. So La'el is looking at that tape. He's sitting there saying, man, I got 2 more games. No, I'm trying to get out there and show y'all something. No.
And I've always said when it comes to the draft, I thought, Law, you spot on. I want to give a big shout out to Joe Philbin. And
yes.
I want to give a big shout out
Yes.
to give a big shout out to this team for when you get to the league, development doesn't stop. And I think that's huge, man. Like, we've seen this regime, past regimes, not be able to develop guys, aka Chaz Green, a couple of these other guys. But then you see some of these guys come in and, like, we've had our guys that instantly hit. Then we've had guys who've had to develop. So I think that's really cool, man, to see that Terrence Steele is playing. But I when I said move him maybe at the end of the year or next year, I don't know. But Terrence Steele is serviceable. It's like beyond serviceable.
He's more than serviceable.
I got you. Hold on, Vosh. I'll let you end it here. But we got to stop here in Cowboys Nation. We got to stop this. Every time we see the backup play good, 1 game, 2 games, we ready to throw everybody off the bridge and move them here and move them there. Let's not get it twisted, fellas. La'el Collins is way better than not a little bit, way better than Terrence Steele. You can do more, as Voch says, with La'el Collins at right tackle. So much more with La'el Collins at right tackle. What people don't understand, there's times when Terrence Steele is beat, but Dak Prescott is just so damn good, right? Or it's being schemed to help him out over there. When La'el over there, I don't need to help him out. So now I could double a Ndamukong Suh or a Vita Vea, right? And if you want to upgrade the left guard spot, because that's what everybody wants to do. They want to put Collins, because it's killing me here. They want to put Collins at left guard.
My ass up,
Collins ain't the guy to put at left guard.
Talk about La'el.
If you want to put somebody at left guard, it's Connor McGovern, if that's what you really want to do. But that's a whole nother different conversation. But let's be real, guys. La'el Collins is a Pro Bowl right tackle. You don't mess with that. I digress.
And look, don't get me wrong about Terrence Steele, bro. Terrence Steele
right tackle.
We know what you're saying. Terrence has made so much improvement, bro. Like, I'm just waiting on the announcement that he gonna have to miss 6 games because they done found some kind of steroids in his system. That just in the run game, what he doing is so much more better. But I don't even think this is a conversation. Every time I see the conversation, I get pissed off at it. Brandon Vegas got a point. Ty Nsekhe may be up out of here. You know, he might get cut to make room for one of these people coming back, for real. But Terrence Steele, when he goes out there, he's not getting you killed. I think he's actually good in the run game now. He's made some big improvements there. And he's still got some work in the passing game. He's not gonna be perfect, but that's what I think a swing tackle is. So we just gonna knock on wood, because we ain't heard nothing from Tyron Smith and his back. So we just gonna knock on some wood for that. But if anything needs it, I feel comfortable at least that we're not running into a Chaz Green situation. That I actually feel good about Terrence Steele. Moving forward, gentlemen, I got 2 people I want to talk about before we wrap this thing up. I'll let y'all decide. Y'all want to talk about Foe or y'all want to talk about Salmon? What y'all want to talk about?
21, baby. Hey, that is Ezekiel Elliott. I play.
Zeke is lovely. Zeke is lovely, but that line been moving people 20 yards before he get touched. Are we gonna talk about Foe? Or are we gonna talk about Salmon? What y'all want to do? Chat box. What y'all want to
talk about? 7, man.
7.
You gotta talk about 7.
We gotta talk about 7.
I was on the
expected this from Dak. I ain't expect this from Trevon.
But we gonna talk about.
I did.
we gonna talk about
You
it.
can't expect 5 interceptions in the first 4
I
weeks.
expected.
Nobody
I'm gonna tell you what I expected.
Ain't
You know
nobody
what I
ever did it.
expected you know what I
How you
expected from
expect it?
Trevon? I expected that Alabama dog mentality that Marlon Humphreys got. That he, when he got beat by McLaurin as bad as he did last year, that really was in a rookie's career, that could have either made him or break him. And that goes back to my point about weak-minded players that we had on this team for so many years. Guys who just aren't gritty. Mo Claiborne, Mike Jenkins, they just weak. And listen, Diggs from the DMV, you got to be a strong dude to be from this area and play football, any sport. Nah, it means something, bro. I'm always ride for the DMV. So the point is, bro, Diggs really bounced back this year. And even in the game on Sunday, I don't think he was playing great until he started making plays. And then it was like, boom. You know what I'm saying? So I just, you know what I'm saying? I knew that what Diggs had in him. You feel me? I didn't see
DMV.
Because he's from the DMV. All right, cool. And also too, to my point earlier, whatever, we saw what Diggs was in college. Diggs is a totally different dude now. You know what I'm saying? Diggs, I'm just watching and how he's setting guys up and how he's recognizing routes and how he's baiting people and shit like that. And he's creating turn. He's reading eyes. Bro, you don't have to go out there with no eyes if you try to beat Diggs. And it's not like he's done it against. Like, we understand Sam Darnold is turnover guy, but in Joe Brady's offense, Joe Brady limits some of that. But he's done it to Justin and Tom and Jaylon gonna throw them bitch to you. But I was watching.
Hey, you see the DMV attacking you too, Vox. Don't ever come for DC. Hey, the DMV. Hey, y'all heard that? I don't know. He might not got a pass out here.
He might not. PG County.
Hey, Vox.
I'm a Texas player.
Let it be known.
Listen,
he got a machete.
I was saying something about
talking about 7.
Okay, cool. I was watching a live stream, bro, and I was like, man, I just wanted to cry because I never seen nothing like that. Just backstory. I was born in '92, so I missed all the good shit. You know what I'm saying? 29 years old. I ain't never seen lockdown corner on this team before, for real. And I'm just watching Diggs, and I'm like, this motherfucker got 3 interceptions in 3 games. Let's see if he can get 4. That motherfucker got 4. And just as a casual, you can go back and watch the stream. As a casual joke, I was like, I wonder if he gets another one. And that's something
got another one.
They got another, another one. You know what I'm saying? And people call me a homer all the time. First of all, if being a homer look like this, I'm gonna be at home all year then. Right. You're not gonna tell me that if you have a corner like Diggs that's gonna demand turnovers like that, he's only played 16 games, so he's this end of his rookie season in theory. You get a turnover machine at corner. Safety's playing the way that we playing. You got a stud in Micah Parsons. He ain't even got a position. He's just a stud everywhere. Randy Gregory, D-Law, then bring all our guys back. Then you got the offense putting pressure on your offense, which helps our defense. Why can't we be elite? Like, why is it me being a homer saying this defense can be elite? Like, I understand, we may be at the bottom in passing yards or whatever and giving up passing
because teams are playing from behind.
But this is a passing league. Those teams gonna find they're gonna get big plays every single week. But at the end of the day, what happens is if we get the football, you can have a big Dallas Goedert play. You can have a 25-yard Miles Sanders run. You can have a big DJ Moore catch. You can have a big Gronk catch. If we getting the ball back at the end of the day and giving it back to Foe, hold on, I got a sound drop for 44. If we giving it back to Foe, that's your job. That's elite defense to me.
Giving it back to the number 1 offense, man.
The biggest thing, and I'm gonna let y'all talk, the biggest thing I said this offseason, bro, we not gonna be the 2001 Ravens. We gonna be the 2010 Saints, goddammit. We gonna go run some offense and we gonna get turnovers. That's elite shit to me. That's elite.
I prefer the turnovers anyway. Give me those.
And the user pick that nobody's paying attention to with Diggs, like that first interception he got against the Panthers, 88 was wide open. He left his man, just totally peeled off of his man. He's supposed to be deep. He left his man because he was watching the eyes of Darnold, like you said, Vach. But most of the interceptions he's gotten so far, I can't think of one that the average corner gets. None of them are like Hurts threw the ball straight to AB and AB made a play. None of them.
There are no right place, right time picks. He's either reading or setting you up.
None of them.
He's out physical.
He's not supposed to have these interceptions. Not one. The one on Keenan Allen, nobody.
What it is they're not turnovers. They takeaways. And that's the thing. We haven't had a guy. We haven't had a defense that would get takeaways. We weren't taking the rock. We would stumble into some.
But you said, we're gonna get the natural turnovers that you're supposed to get. Any defense gets. But we getting takeaways too. So
and it's not an accident. One second, Law. It's not an accident like Okoye is saying. Go watch all of it. Even the interception against the Bucks, right? People might say, "Oh, it was a tip." No, go watch 7.
He was supposed to be up the field on Evans.
He read the play, peeled off his man, and was in the right place because he put himself in the right place. It wasn't by accident. So
bro, all that shit cool. But I said this on my last video, and I think it was very poignant. Just patting me on the back. One, if you a quarterback and you don't have elite eye movement or whatever, you got a problem.
Yeah.
Two, if you're gonna be in man coverage with him, his ball skills so filthy. He got receiver level ball skills, and I don't want to chat about
running routes better than receivers.
He's identifying these routes early.
Exactly.
But if you look at
angles,
that,
baby.
If you look at that second interception, he reads it, then he bites on it, then this motherfucker reach over DJ Moore.
Superman jumped over that dude.
He reach around him and takes it from him.
Vaj,
That was
a couple, maybe I think it was maybe second quarter. I don't remember what quarter it was.
Yeah.
But they ran that same play. DJ Moore caught it on the sideline. That same play.
First down.
You can't do shit twice to this young man, man. You can't do it.
Yeah.
They tried it again, and that's why he jumped it. He saw the route. They did it early. They got it. He looked down at him. He's like, "Oh, all right, I got you."
That's why I think he's different.
He was all over.
You better mix up your releases.
If you do it twice, he got you. Period. Don't keep going to the well. You can get him though, but you're only gonna get him once.
He's one of the most calculated cornerbacks in this game right now. Like he plays the game mentally at a different level. He knows I can't gamble all the time, but God damn it, he's picking the right times to gamble this year.
And that goes back to, Nick Saban knows how to teach coverage. Like he can write a book on coverage and picking your spots, and he does. He was doing it at Michigan State. People don't remember when he was in Michigan State, he was one of the first people to really do some things when it comes to that cover 3 and that hybrid. Like
Nick Saban, State defense, crazy.
Dog, and so just having that level of coaching and discipline, and then your brother is Stephon Diggs. Like, and they train together hard, and they come out here and they train. I know where they train at. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is like you could tell. Back to what you said, Okoye and Vach about with Jaylon. The good thing about Diggs is you can real life tell he's not a diva. You can really tell he really just wants to play ball. Like he's not trying to be in front of the camera. He really.
You heard what he said about social media? He called it rat poison, and I loved it.
Bruh, he really said like, dog, like you could tell when he's doing interviews, like, nah, I'm good. Like, don't give me all that. Yeah. And that's what you need. Like, we had so many guys on this team who just love the perks of being a Cowboy. When he's legit just like, nah, don't give me no credit, I'm cool. Like, cause I know y'all gonna turn on me. You need dudes like that on your team.
But all that shit changed on the field. Cause last year he was quiet, even when he did well, he was like quiet. But in the Eagles game, when he gets up and looks at Jalen Hurts and start talking shit to him, and then Jalen kept trying him and he kept smoking Devontae and he kept talking shit to him. Like, you need that. You need that, man.
And beyond just what he's doing individually, think about what it's going to do for this overall defense. You said you want us to be elite, Vach, and we can be, due to the fact that who the hell going to keep picking on that man? You're not going to pick on him. You can leave him over there. He can turn around and not watch shit because you ain't going to throw it over there anyway. So now you can roll coverage to the other side of the field and help those other guys out. So this defense just gets better because he's playing at that level so early. You're not going to keep going to that well, even if you think you see some opportunities on film. You can watch the Keenan Allen plays. You can watch DJ Moore early in that last game. You can say, okay, we want to take some shots here at him. But, feast or famine, man. You try it, he gonna get one. If you throw the ball at him 5 times, you probably taking one of those, period.
The beautiful
and you got to pay attention to the fact.
You're not going to do it.
And you got to pay attention to the fact that when he was at Alabama, he came in as the wide receiver. One can argue that he was supposed to have been better than his brother. But Nick Saban, like you said, Foots, they had Ruggs, they had Judy, you know what I'm saying, Waddle, Smith, they had all of those boys there. And I believe going up against those boys every day in practice, he gonna be a technician, or he's already there, of learning releases and getting off from these things. That's why it's just walk in the park with him.
Did you hear
all of those boys got drafted?
In this press conference,
you know what works.
He said, I don't study the receiver necessarily. I study the route. I study the route. I mean, he's already in their heads.
Want to be with the
Where
ball.
are you inside the hash mark? Are you closer to the boundary? How are your splits? He's studying that part of it, not necessarily, I'm going up against DeAndre Hopkins. I know, he likes to come off this way. Nah, I know if it's 3rd and 3 and I'm on DJ Moore and they beat me with this out route earlier in the game, he in that same split. This is the same thing I saw earlier. Here it comes. And he's getting it. So I love it, man.
And think about training camp, right, Sky? The truth of the matter is, CeeDee Lamb got the best of him a lot, and Amari Cooper a lot. He just kept competing. Like, he didn't, you know what I mean? You never saw him going to dumps. And that's the difference. Like, as a corner, you got to have a short memory. You have to, especially the way the league is now. Like, if you don't have that, if you don't have that mental, you dead.
Man,
and so
it didn't count. But when we saw that film, when what's the kid name? Kate, what's you know I'm bad with names, man. Jamar Chase.
I know what you're talking
Chase.
All right, cool.
Chase got him. The very next time he was out there, he got an interception. They just got called back. But that showed me that he had a short memory. Like, this dude, he don't play, man.
I tell you, the beautiful thing about this defense and the young guys, y'all, is that forget elite, man. We're building a defense that can be consistently good. That was a problem with the Cowboys. We could never be consistently good on both sides of the ball. And I think it starts with having young playmakers at every level of the field. Seeing Osa becoming a playmaker, right? Then you see Micah at the 2nd level, and now you're getting Diggs at the 3rd level. Shit.
If Boss Man does anything positive, then that's ball game for the rest of them, though.
The last time we had all that, y'all. I don't remember.
Hey, those 2 interceptions that Anthony Brown dropped, Boss catching those. Boss would have had at least 3 interceptions this year.
You know what?
I know.
That's
I
the
know.
difference
I know
between
people.
That's a fact.
That's the difference between a good corner and a Pro Bowl corner.
With the ball in his hand.
That boy AB got bricks for hands.
Nasty.
Now I'm putting on my shades because Voch, you had a segment, but I'm hijacking this thing because I want to talk about Dalton Schultz. I want to talk about
armed and loaded. He got an arsenal over there. But watch it. People like to fight with your hands. That don't play fair.
I want to talk about Dalton.
I got you. Just your foot.
Dalton.
What I'm doing. Man. I know what I'm doing, foot. You take that camera out your face. I know what I'm doing.
Sky, they gonna hear me.
I know.
They gonna hear me.
You look like Richard Sherman.
I swear, every time Foots came on my show, he made sure to talk about Dalton Schultz.
Cut his camera.
You want to hit me one of these?
Hoodie on.
Seize him.
Shut up. Say it again. Say
Y'all
something
gonna hear me.
Oh! Say something else. Say something else.
But I was gonna bring up 4 and how 4 is working within his offense and how Dalton Schultz has turned into one of his favorite targets. Foots, that's how this thing works. But you don't get it.
We're having fun tonight, Bosh. It's all good.
You don't get the large picture. Let's talk about Dalton Schultz, right? Tight end 1. We're gonna end the show talk about Dalton Schultz and his relationship with 4. So first of all, we had a feeling that this was gonna be a thing. I think
who had a feeling? Well, you better stop playing with me.
Let me tell you what I like about this.
I'm saying this one now.
I'm
in the corner, bro. What's it called?
I'm choosing violence right now.
Let me tell you what I can't stand about
Foots. Choosing balance.
I'm choosing violence. Are you serious?
Foots love to get on Twitter and be like, I told y'all this, I told y'all that.
Oh, it's a lot of those.
But he never say the nonsense he was wrong about.
Nope. I ain't never seen Foots eat crow once, but
Foots be like, I told y'all Emmanuel Acho wasn't shit, but y'all wouldn't. It's just anything happens, Foots already knew. Go ahead, Foots. Tell us about the Dalton Schultz. Go ahead, please.
Hey, before you go, man, I'm gonna tell you, man, you're right, man. I was wrong on Schultz. I said every time I do a film on Schultz, I was 1,000% wrong on Schultz.
Before you go,
give me no
hold on, Foots. Before you go, didn't everybody come out and say they was wrong on Schultz last year?
No. Botch argue me. Sky, you weren't here. That's what.
Oh, okay.
You
okay.
not.
Botch ain't do shit.
Sky, listen, Sky. This is a me and Botch argument.
No, it ain't.
This is a Botch.
Oh, okay.
Okoye not in this. Law not in this. This is me
shut
and
up.
Botch.
Go ahead. Get it.
I'm like this on my channel.
Botch, listen.
You gonna let him talk to you like that, though, Vach? I don't understand. He got his shades on. He got his shades on. I'm just instigating Foot.
Smoke your ass. Go ahead then, Foot.
I've been wrong about a lot. I don't want to be that guy.
I'm only messing with you, man.
I've been wrong about a lot. But in all seriousness,
Foot's a humble dude, man.
In all seriousness, I just love the way he blocked,
Sure.
Like
that's what I like the most.
I don't even like the pass catcher, Scott. I'm cool. Like, cool.
Of course you're gonna do that.
But bruh, he's digging dude like young. He's really getting next level.
Sure.
He was really out there cleaning. Who's my guy? His brother. Bosa. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like kicking him out, reach blocking, like just, and that is what this team missed in the run game. Because when you watch Blake Jarwin block, it sucks. It just does.
He did better last week, though. But yeah,
but Sky, you know it's.
I know.
He's a receiver. He blocked like a receiver.
I tell you what, that route he ran to get open, that was nice.
That was nice.
He should be the second guy, and he should be out there doing just that.
But the truth is with Schultz is you forget about him.
Totally, everybody pulling out
shades. That's what hurts teams. They forget about him. He's Mr. Reliable. He's physical. I will say this though, and then Vosh, this is not as a draft thing.
Sure.
Stanford tight ends, there's something in the water down there.
Mm-hmm.
And so coming out, I was like, man, watching this film, and so that's it. That's all.
So y'all know that the right thing to do is to not pay Schultz, right? I think in my personal opinion, the right thing to do is not, because I see a lot of social media things all the time to where they were like, let's go ahead and pay Schultz and pay Tony. I think where this team made the biggest mistakes is paying those kind of positions to where you just draft and refill them. Because to be fair, Schultz ain't really special. Schultz was developed. Like Schultz was a blocking tight end that developed as a pass catcher. So in my mind, Sean McKeon is the next guy.
I was just about to say Sean McKeon already on the roster. You ain't got to do.
Can I get a rebuttal?
I love it. I love it. Botch is right.
Disrespectful, Botch. God, you is disrespectful.
Hold on.
Watch this, Fliss. Everything that you about to say about Sean McKeon, we've said about Dalton Schultz behind other people at some point. Tight end ain't, look, I love Dalton Schultz and what he's become. I love him as a blocker. But let's not act like this ain't Dak making him better. Let's not act like that ain't safe.
Hold on, I'm not saying it's not even about his receiving ability.
Does he get credit for being consistent? Does he get credit for being available?
See, that's the problem.
Credit for not getting hurt? Like, come on, man.
Me not signing you don't mean I don't like you.
But no, Vod, this is my only concession to what you're saying. I get what you're saying. We can definitely refill, because I love the way Will McClay does this thing. We can always replace anybody. But what you can't replace that Schultz does, bro. When we watching film of any tight end blocking defensive ends, when I'm watching tight ends try to block defensive ends on other teams, like when I watch Dallas got to do it, they're like, yeah, they're gonna come in here and do that. I'm like, try that shit with Osa and any of our guys. Try that shit with Joey Bosa, any of those guys. But when you watch Schultz on film, they're using him to block defensive ends and defensive tackles and so on.
In 4 years,
he can do that shit.
Koye, every single year.
But you gonna pay for that?
That's what you tight ends that can do that.
You gonna pay for that?
Every single year.
Even the ones that Dallas Goddard can block.
But are you paying for that? That's what Voch is asking.
Over here.
Koye, every single year there's an exceptional tight end that comes out as a blocker. I think tight end position, just like running back, I think it's just a position that you just kind of refill. When you watch Sean McKeon at Michigan, he wasn't a receiver guy, he was a blocking tight end.
Now he can catch.
What I'm saying, not saying that you can't find a blocking tight end. There are a lot of blocking tight ends in the point to one who can do what Schultz do blocking.
But are you paying Schultz to be a block? Are you going to pay him top tight end money because he can block?
No.
So Sky and Bots, y'all saying let your best tight end. Is Schultz the best tight end on this team?
Yes.
Excuse me. Are y'all saying let Schultz walk?
Stephen A. Law over.
Productivity on the field. His productivity on the field as far as like passing yards and so on. He's not gonna get a premier check anyway. So Schultz is a team-friendly guy. I think Schultz stays around because he
I don't think Schultz is a team-friendly guy because this was gonna happen. Dak Prescott is so incredible that it's gonna put Schultz in the top ranks of tight ends. Somebody gonna want to pay Dalton Schultz.
I don't think Dak gonna want Schultz gone though.
That I don't think it's gonna do it Dak because Dak ain't gonna want a lot of shit. Dak ain't gonna want Gallup gone, but Gallup might be gone because of that very reason.
Because of Wilson.
Dak gonna make a lot of people look good. A lot of people look good, and I just think Sean McKeon, who is
I'm about to say, go back to Sean McKeon. That's the real reason.
Sean McKeon, as a blocker in Michigan, he was a top tier blocker, just like what you saw from Schultz and Stanford. Hell, even George Kittle was a blocking guy, but he turned.
Kittle was one of the guys I wouldn't name who can block his ass off though and catch the ball.
Kittle wasn't that Kittle immediately, right? They developed, and I think remember Sean McKeon will be going into year 3 next year, and year 3 was when Schultz broke out. So like I don't think Schultz is special enough to pay. Schultz is the Austin Hoopers of the world, right? Where they get this money because they perform well, but they're not special. I love Schultz. Like, I love him for this team. I think he's a perfect compliment, but I do think that Sean McKeon got next. And this could be one of those things where I know that's Foot's guy. I know that's your guy, Foots.
You ain't gonna defend your man.
That's a position that I think this offense can be interchangeable in because it's a product of the system.
Time out, Foots. Let him talk. Go ahead. Go ahead, Scott.
That position is a product of the system. It's not a feature in the system. It's the 5th or 6th option.
Blocked Joey Bosa, bro. Sorry to cut you off, but
because he was was he blocking him?
Did that.
You're right. But was he blocking him like that?
I'm not talking about his pass catching. You're right about the pass catching.
Right, but Sean McKeon is heralded for his blocking. Right,
I gotta see him on.
Go check him out. Go check him out first.
So let me ask you this, guy.
Go ahead, Scott.
And I'm not even trying to argue with y'all.
Let him finish first, though, Fuzz, before you ask. I cut him off, and then you cut him off. Let him finish first.
Are you done?
I'm done. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
So the problem with that is when you get a blocking tight end, the defense knows that you're bringing him in personnel wise to block. I think the difference with Schultz is that he's now developed so well as a pass catcher, being in spots, picking his spots, understanding zones, understanding when to break away. Like on that one play, was really good when Dak got in trouble. He just peeled right off to the flats. Those little things that I just think that, I'm not saying that you pay him. I don't think that he would demand it. Honestly, I think that Schultz would take a team-friendly deal to stand out. I do.
I don't think a player should do that. But if
I'm not saying that.
If you want to stay in Dallas, why wouldn't you do it? You do it in New England.
No, I'm saying I don't think players should take team-friendly deals in the NFL because the NFL is ruthless.
Yeah. Listen, king for a day or prince forever. You take team-friendly deals, you last a long time in this league.
Listen, I'm gonna say
a big contract. You want to chase a bigger contract.
In Dallas, he would have the most opportunities to make money outside.
The elephant in the room.
Thank you, Foots.
The elephant in the room, ladies and gentlemen, ain't got to do with Schultz. It's Blake Jarwin. If you're going to bring back Schultz, you're on a deal, right? You're probably going to have to get rid of Blake or ask Blake to take a cut. That's probably what's going to be.
Is his contract got room in it to move
I don't
around,
think it's a
Scott?
crazy contract.
But Okoye, what about Jarwin and his ability to run?
And I'm a Jarwin stan, so
you can replace these people.
We've got so many route runners on this team right now that we can throw the ball to. Dak will hit anybody, man. And when Jarwin went down last year, Schultz developed because you remember that first game. I think a game against maybe Cleveland. He kept dropping. He was dropping everything. We hated him. He was fumbling too. So against Atlanta,
the Rams.
Okay, I don't remember which game it was, but I know he was horrible.
And Atlanta,
get this kid off my field.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing.
Developed. So you're right about Dak developing him. I think Dak and he got chemistry and they doing their thing. But because of that, I don't think we missed Jarwin as much because of the fact that Dak found chemistry in Schultz when he was down. So if Jarwin is great, I don't want to disrespect him. He can't block for worth a damn though. So Jarwin is one of those guys that's going to be a mercenary tight end in this league, in my opinion. He's not going to be a staple here.
I just ask everybody to keep an eye on Sean McKeon. Maybe not this year because they got Jarwin and Schultz, but Sean McKeon has a lot of Schultz in him with a little bit more receiving. I saw a little earlier in their career. So just keep an eye on him.
He's a good player, Scott. I mean, hell, listen, if we want to start talking draft, because I've been.
We don't want to start talking draft.
Okay, well,
let's live in this 3-1.
We win
I watched Schultz catch the ball versus the Eagles and do what Zeke did versus the Rams last year.
Yeah.
Juke the shit out of 7 people to get to the end zone and then slide in there. He ain't even going head first. He slid the ball behind him and slid.
But he's another
man, you can say
too.
receiver, better receiver if you want to. That man got better skill than I thought. He is impressing me.
His development has been the best thing for us.
When they do the sounds of the game, you can hear it like, bruh, he knows his role. Yeah. And you need those type of guys, bruh. Like,
you can find
you know what it is, Foots?
Facts.
Schultz and Jarwin make the perfect tight end together. These two guys are better together than they probably are individually. Because I guarantee if you put Dalton Schultz on Atlanta, he's not going to be eating probably as much as he is with Dak Prescott. If you put
quarterback though,
right. Hear me out. If you put Blake Jarwin on Cleveland, he's probably not going to be as good or whatever with Dak Prescott. But you got both of them on the same team that can do multiple things, right? You can put both of them out on the field at the same time, and your offense won't be hampered.
Yeah. So Scott, are you saying that now this 12 personnel is more dangerous now?
The offense is dangerous. That's the beautiful thing of this whole thing, man. They don't have to be one or the other. They can say, you know what, one game, if we got to spread it out, we can go 3-4 wide. Another game, y'all lighting the butt, Carolina? Yeah. I'm going to bring in an extra tight end, right? I'm going to bring in 4 of them, and the 4th one is going to be a guard. So that's the beautiful thing about the offense.
Scott, we so good on offense. This is the last thing I'm going to wrap this up. We so good on offense that other teams think that they shutting CeeDee Lamb down. I was just on social media.
That's really
you just don't got to throw him the ball.
He's not lying.
CeeDee Lamb and Coop ain't do nothing last
I was on social media and Panthers fans think that they was shutting CeeDee Lamb down. Meanwhile, we whooping you with Jarwin got a touchdown, Schultz got a touchdown, Tony getting busy, Zeke getting busy, Coop and Cedric, right? They really thought they was shutting down Lamb. We just didn't need them.
That's kind of why I hate fantasy football so much and what it's done to football.
That's exactly what it is.
Because the truth of the matter is this, dog. Dallas is actually doing what great teams used to do. Football is so stylistic and trendy. It really annoys me that when you hear when you hear the Chargers coach say you run the ball because you make teams tackle and you make there's still
a physical point to the game.
Yeah. And the point is if teams are gonna play too high against the Dallas Cowboys, you don't throw the fucking ball. You run the ball until they come out of that and they bring somebody down the box, and then you throw the ball.
Right. And that's what makes the Cowboys offense, in my opinion, the most difficult to deal with, is that they can do both of those things at an elite level.
Very well.
I can be an elite passing offense, or I can be an elite running offense. I can't think in my head, folks, another offense that can do that. And now the difference is you got Kellen Moore able to week change his game plan and not Jason Garrett doing the same thing.
So if we want to say I was wrong,
about Kellen Moore, be wrong about Dak too, Foots, because you was wrong about all that.
He just to up this red zone, and I'm good with it.
The subliminals on Dak Foots last year was rough, bro.
I was on Dak neck.
Not last year. I wasn't.
Like, go get Trey.
I think I was on Dak the worst in the beginning.
Yeah, but I got where he was coming from, Okoye, because the 2017 was rough.
Let's say we need to lose some more games so we can get Trey Lance. I said, yo, fun. I was never so disgusted with you.
I'm draft guy, so.
Foot's the draft guy on Madden. He cut every veteran, and his whole 22 starters is rookies.
That's when Foots play Madden, he draft your whole after the first season, your whole team.
My YouTube channel in 2016.
He's simulating the whole motherfucker.
Was based. My first video was based on saying Dak Prescott would be a steal.
But that ain't what you
And
said.
I psycho. No, listen, Vosh, listen. Don't do me like that.
Shit.
Because you hold on, Vosh. You taking your lumps on Connor Williams. You done told me 30, 40 times how good Connor Williams is, and I keep seeing him getting bull rushed and
incredible.
He's not strong.
He had a great game last game.
Connor
Williams
cool,
is incredible, Vosh.
He ain't elite, but he had a great game.
He's reaching on incredible, but he's been good enough.
Well, look, Scott, come in here. Be fair, Scott. If you will give me help, give Vosh help for saying that Connor Williams is a stud.
What's wrong? I don't even use the word stud. I'm from.
McGovern
should be playing over. This is what Voch was saying. Connor McGovern or Connor Williams put the nipple on the titty. That's what Voch is.
That's exactly what I
said.
That's exactly what I said.
Let me jump right there.
Connor Williams been
Let me jump in front of my.
Connor Williams is tighter than the Nat's ass. That's some shit that Voch was saying.
Let me jump in front of my dad. Damn. I psychoanalyze that. I overanalyze him, and so that is what it is. But I also said he would be a steal when he was drafted, so I get a bone for that. But Dalton Schultz saved me, Scott, so y'all can't talk shit, so I'm good.
Listen, I'll let you have that one.
Talk shit to you, Foots. What do you mean? Anyway,
let's wake up. I just want to let y'all know that Dalton Schultz is the best tight end of the bring on Twitter immediely.
That's my first tweet of the day.
Chat box. Go ahead, Foots. Rap. Go ahead, please.
No, I was just saying. It's the thing about it is when you do what we do, the truth is, if you don't make projections, if you don't make projections,
who's making up some new shit? He wasn't even about to say.
You done?
Listen, Chat. Listen, Chat box. I appreciate you. First, I love you, man.
We love Foots, man.
Chat box, please.
You gotta take risks for. I get what you saying.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't have free speech without risking offending somebody.
Voch love everybody on the team. Voch
will tear your ass up in a heartbeat if he don't like you.
Thank you,
damn sure will. He'll tear your ass. Ask Jaylon. He was tearing.
I hated Xavier Su'a-Filo. I couldn't stand
Voch is the worst one because Voch don't put no words on it. Voch just put a gray. He put a little gray. When you see gray, you start looking at her like, I hope it ain't me.
What am I missing with
gray and watch you get embarrassed with a soundtrack behind it.
Hey, Koye, which one did Voch did like the most? Was it Joe Looney or Xavier Su'a-Filo?
Oh, he hated both of them, but I think Su'a-Filo he hated the worst.
But he loved Connor Williams. I don't get it, bro.
See, Fuzz, this my thing. Fuzz, this is my last thing, and I'll move on. I promise. It ain't that I love Connor Williams. I just think that Cowboys fans have an unreal expectation about what Connor Williams is. Connor Williams can lose to Vita Vea and Javon Hargrave, and they think that he's replaceable. They think that he's terrible. When, to be fair, if you look at these other offensive lines in the league, if you look at their guards are more on par to Farniak, the damn kid that we drafted in the 7th round, Nebraska kid. When in real life, Connor Williams, like if it's 2 guards or whatever, so every starting guard is 64 guards, Connor Williams is a top 30 or so guard. And y'all just want to push Connor Williams off a bridge because he lost to Vita Vea. Vita Vea whoops children.
He didn't lose to Vita Vea either, though.
He didn't even lose to Vita Vea.
He lost to Tony Pollard, Vita Vea, and whoever else was rushing. I don't remember 9.
But my thing,
they all knocked his ass over at the same time.
Even if he'll give up a play here and there, look at his application. We just rushed for 220 something, 200 however many yards against one of the scariest D lines y'all afraid of. Not y'all like Roundtable, but y'all like people that's talking shit. The Panthers D line and the Eagles D line, in terms of who Connor got to go against, those dudes aren't scrubs.
Here's the thing, though, Voch, and this is one thing you never say as his defense, which is true.
Go ahead.
Connor is playing in the wrong scheme. Connor is like a zone blocking guard. He's better when you put him in space and get in the spots, reach blocks. He's better with his legs. But here we got maulers all around him, so it make him look bad because he's not a stand up, I'm going to stand my ground and tear your ass up type of guy. He's a zone blocking guard. And if you put him on a team that wants to play zone reads and stuff like that, I don't got a problem with Connor. Connor can get in space and tear your ass up.
But Voch,
he's just not a mauler.
So he allowed to get a paragraph. Voch is, but I can't. You know what? I'm done.
This is my shit.
Put the glasses back on the nose like that.
I know he had his jaws down like this.
I'm done, Sky.
Tell him why you mad, son.
I'm done. I'm done.
What's been drinking? What's sleeping, man?
I am. Hold on. Let me get on the Connor Williams thing right quick. I think the problem what happened with the fans, Vach, 2014 happened. And everybody thought that we were supposed to have a line like 2014
every year.
And I got caught up in it a little bit too with Connor Williams. But I love what Brian Broaddus said. You got to judge these guys on the whole 65 plays, not just 2 or 3. And when you look at Connor Williams, if it's 65 plays, he's probably good on 61, 60 of them. And you got to live with that in this league nowadays, man.
Can I ask you one thing, Sky? No. The problem is he doesn't move anyone. Why not? It's a stalemate.
Because
he doesn't move anyone in the run game, bro.
He has deficiencies.
Could be 3 sacks at crucial times. Those 3 plays can be, if you're a defender.
And that's what's happening, Koye.
If Anthony Brown give up 3 touchdowns, those 3 plays.
No. I'm talking about the lineman. I'm talking about the lineman.
I'm about to say.
He's
talking about everybody.
Brian Broaddus says that about offensive linemen.
Okay, I
because they have to go. Yeah. No, because if that's the case, it'd be like Anthony Brown getting the ball thrown to him 65 times. That's not happening, right? Whereas you have to win 65 times in the run game or pass game. So.
Well, you know what? For the team that we playing next week, goddamn Shane Lemieux at guard. We're gonna beat the shit out of him. So I just want you to just
said that man's whole name. You know he says
and Andrew Thomas might not be out there too.
So I just want you to understand what other teams look like. Listen, we gotta wrap this thing up. Hey, listen, chat box. Look, if y'all enjoyed this, drop flames in the chat, drop water in the chat, drop the cool emoji sunglasses in the chat. Like, this is the Roundtable, ladies.
Right,
we don't always do this, but when we do it, it's always the most incredible shit on the block. And when the grease is hot,
I ain't just happy to be here either.
He ain't just happy to be here, man.
Y'all better stop disrespecting my OG, man. That's my OG.
Hey, you gonna stop with that? You got motherfuckers in my chat talking about I'm 47.
Yo,
hey.
Yo, let me hold something.
We'll still with the glasses on. This is the thumbnail. Koye, sit up. This is the thumbnail right here. Everybody one time glasses on with the thumbnail. One time.
Koye got to get the Jones on.
Come on,
Koye, wait, you got to get the dark shades, man.
The sun got to be shining for these Jones. These Jones do both.
Oh,
these shades at night.
I mean, y'all better screenshot.
That's the thumbnail. Foots the King, where can all the people find you at, sir?
Man, first off, shout out to y'all boys, man. This was crazy.
Love you.
At Foots the King on Twitter and then Cowboys Nation TV on YouTube, man. I watch all y'all stuff. I'm a fan, man. Much love.
Foots tired as hell.
I'm actually, to be honest with y'all, I'm about to go watch the Giants game. I'm about to go really dig
watch. What I'm going to tell you about the Giants and their big play, though, man. Saquon beat the shit out of Lattimore for 51 yards.
Yeah.
He can't beat
Parson. The shit out of Lattimore for 51 yards. You better watch that.
Lattimore fell asleep though.
Man, I don't. You better shit. You're a corner, man. Somebody
I know that's the problem.
That's that one play I was talking about just now.
Man, let me wrap
you don't want that on film. You see, he just walked off. So he got the shit beat out of him.
Let me wrap this show up, man. I'm tired as hell. It's 12:15 over there.
I gotta be up early for my show.
Come on, man. Skywalker still got a show early in the morning. Skywalker, go ahead, plug that, please.
Hey, Skywalker still A to Z Sports Dallas on YouTube. Y'all see it right down there. 8 a.m. Central, Monday through Friday. Check me out, man. Watch be in there, so check me out.
I'll be on tomorrow, Sky. I'll be
watching Longs and Jesse Holly work all that.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, if I could push that too, yeah. On the game days, me and Jesse Holly, former Dallas Cowboys wide receiver, we do game day lives, pregame, halftime, postgame. Those things be extraordinary. So make sure y'all check those out. They are live. So if you are in Dallas, come check us out at Texas Live.
Scott, we love you, man. Appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all, boys.
Law Nation, they know where to find you at because you mouth. But go ahead,
on the billboard near you.
Most certainly, man. Y'all find me at Law Nation, LAW Nation, man, on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and Amazon and Roku. And be sure to check us out on Walk-Ons tomorrow, man. We'll be live in the flesh at Dak Prescott Restaurant at the Colony. So I want to see y'all there this weekend. Also Saturday, there will be a live event right before the game, of course, at the Texas Toyota Music Factory. We got Michael Gallup in the house, and we got one of our star players of this season that will be in the building too. So check us out on Saturday between 1 and 4, and then tomorrow night between 7 o'clock and whenever, at the Colony at Walk-Ons, Dak Prescott joint and Drew Brees. So I can't wait to see y'all there.
Law don't miss nothing, boy. Law go to all the events. You ain't tired, man. Get you a nap, man.
I don't know how Law do any work.
It makes my beard grow, man. Y'all see, it makes my beard grow.
We're gonna be here 1 to 3, 4 to 5, 6 to 10. Law, I love you, sir. Thank you.
You got a twin, don't you? Like 3 of y'all.
Okoye Media, sir.
What's good?
Man, the knowledge I get from you, man. Just
likewise, good brother. I learned from you, good brother.
Tell the people where to find you, sir, please.
Man, AKOYE. That's accumulated knowledge over years of experience. You can find me on YouTube at Okoye Media. If you like the breakdowns, keep tuning in. And also, if you bet on games, you definitely want to holler at me because I ain't been wrong yet this season. Y'all can talk y'all shit, but the dude don't miss. I'm trying to tell you. But I appreciate it though. These brothers on here, man, like Va just said, man, we all learn from each other both when it comes to YouTube and without, man. Like all these dudes out here, man, really, really inspire me, and that's not a joke. My uncle included. Hey, Sky, man, I call him Unc. You gotta call me nephew from now. I'm your OG, but still, I call you up because I call. The reason I say that because I said he was 47 as a joke, and everybody believed it. So
whole YouTube community fan.
You really. Tell them how old you really is, Scott, because everybody thinks you're 47.
I think the mystery of it makes it fun. So I'm gonna let him think.
We say Unc in Philly instead of.
I'm the youngest though.
You Unc. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You Unc.
Listen, bro, we don't like my guy Law Nation say. We don't like your breakdowns. We love them. I'm not lying to you, dog. When it comes to your breakdowns, and definitely on that defense side of the ball, like Vosh be saying, I'm tuned in. I'm over there because I'm learning some stuff from all y'all guys, but especially with those defensive breakdowns, Koye. So keep them Jones coming.
And I just want to say one thing, man. Like this one thing. I know my opinion and most of our opinion when it comes to what we saying, it's just coming from what I'm seeing. I don't really give a shit who plays well for me. I don't care what number they got either. Right. If you play well. So I only speak up and big up guys that show up. And show up in ways that other people don't.
I say
he knocked out. He was. I thought he was knocked out too. Like Foot looked like Weekend at Bernie.
Weekend Uncle
Like, I'm legit. I'm just tapped in, y'all.
Yeah, we both read that at the same time, dog.
Koye, thank you. We love you.
I love you, man. Listen. I'm here, man.
Yo, y'all need to Foots and Koye get down to Texas, dog, so we can all go kick it.
Oh yeah, I'm on
Concrete Cowboys Law, and we can get it.
Yeah, just don't hang out with me.
Hey, Foots to the roundhouse, man, table, man.
Koye and Bosh, don't hang around me too long, cause y'all know I ain't gonna never go to sleep. Bosh gonna be like, damn, Law, where you wanna go?
You gotta drop Law off somewhere.
Like, do you ever go through a day, right? Man. You've done that before, where you've gone through a whole day, then went to your day job, and then still kept going. You've done that. I can tell, man, because there's no way. I'm like,
I remember.
I'm a busy dude, but you, bro, are the hardest working man in show business when it comes to this, man. I don't understand it. Like, you be everywhere.
And the Koye is right, definitely the hardest worker. I remember.
Don't get him on the treadmill. He either gonna die or he gonna beat
the clock on
one of the other.
Hey, why y'all put the clock on me, man? Bosh need a clock. Bosh was able to talk for 2 hours. Don't clock me. Listen, now in all seriousness, I remember with Law.
Don't raise your voice in my house. That's what
we did that. Law, remember we did the restaurant, man. Law,
my son works.
I can't hang with Law, bro.
But
that was fun, man. That was fun, bro.
I'm having fun, man.
Listen, man.
I don't gotta go nowhere. I'm chilling.
I'm going to bed.
I gotta get up and do the damn show in 6 hours. Like
Cowboy Nation.
Vajas Sky stressed out.
Come on, man.
Cowboy Nation.
Hey, I'm just not kicking
I'm fine. It's knocked out. And Law on a whole nother channel.
Law about to go live when we done.
Facebook right now talking about that's why he's so quiet over there. He put this on mute and he's going.
Law, get ready.
Talk about.
Thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session.
I got real tears. Y'all boys is crazy, dog.
Listen.
I can't believe they think I'm really asleep.
You
didn't look like you was asleep though. You was still for a nice little minute, bro.
I just want to try to close the channel.
I'll put my real clear eyes back on.
We ain't let Bosh go.
Let me just press the button. You want me to press the button? If I don't press the
we
button,
gonna let Bosh go.
No, cut the button off.
I cut it off.
Bosh hot. Hey, he got pissed off tonight. He playing with y'all.
I was gonna be like, hey man, like I just want to just be around, man. I just love y'all. But relax. Listen, y'all, Cowboy Nation.
Man, you're funny.
This is the best of the best, man. This is the best of the best, and I'm speaking for all you gentlemen. You know what I'm saying when I say that what we do is I don't even want to call it the next big thing, but we just in the floor levels of building this thing from the mud. You know what I'm saying? We just pulling this thing from the mud, and it's gonna be bigger than everything else out there. And I just want y'all to be early. I want y'all to be on time, man. People tell us all the time, and I say this every show. But people be like, "Yo, Vach, boy, you need to go work for ESPN, man. You need to work for somewhere else." Or they'll say it to all y'all because they said to all of us. But that's not necessarily true. We don't want to, go somewhere and be censored. We don't want to go somewhere and sell our soul and say shit that we don't really believe. You know what I mean? Now, we're not opposed to getting no bag, but we want to still be who we are at the end of the day. I was just watching TV the other day, bro. I was just watching College Game Day, man. They got Corso up there. I'm like, man, what if it's a qualified person to do that job? And Corso just gonna hold on to that job for 70 years. And Terry Bradshaw holding on to his job for 70 years. They ain't letting nobody into that thing that could be better than them. What this does, it gives us an opportunity for me to be great, but to not shit on Foots. For Law to be great and not shit on Okoye. For Skywalker still to be great and not shit on me. That's the best thing about this thing here that we do. To where I don't have a problem telling Sky, yo, plug your live watch along show. Law, plug your watch along show. Okoye, plug your watch along show. And I'm gonna look the camera in the face and be like, I got the best watch along show, but that don't mean you can't enjoy everybody's shit.
Facts.
Come watch me, but click on them. When we score a touchdown, see how I reacted, go to their shit, hit the rewind button, hit the little back arrow 6 times, and watch they lead up. Watch what we do. Consume what we do. Because we're not going to be on I ain't going to say his name because he don't even deserve it.
I don't even do a post-game show because I watch you and Law post-game show.
And that's a blessing.
Real shit. I want to be there. I don't want to be sitting there on the post-game.
I said I got a post-game show, but I was like, I want to be in your job.
Exactly. I'll be right up in there. That's the
because my shit be, what I'm saying?
And if y'all ain't watching,
we coming for you.
Our post-game show.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
And look, I love that, Law. I love that. But that energy, I told Sky this story, man. Sky came out one day and said, yo, Vach, I'm gonna have a post-game show better than yours. And I was like, bullshit. But it made both of us better. It made both of us better. But I still love Sky. Sky can still come on my show. That's what this shit is about. You know what I'm saying? That's what this shit is about. Sage Steele just got in the news for trying to pull down the other women reporters. That's not what go down over here. You know what I'm saying? So put your time, put your energy, put your likes, put your clicks, put your views, put a little money in there, and into some real shit. Into something like this, to where we give you authentic shit. We're sports fans like you, but we know our information and it's real shit, and you love it and you can vibe to it, and you're gonna come back next week like, man, I can't wait to see what they're gonna say, opposed to walking away from First Take and being like, man, Stephen A just hating. He ain't said no real shit in a year. We say real shit 24/7 here.
And Vach ain't script none of that. He ain't writing none of that down.
He ain't writing that down.
Off top.
Sky with that, hit that button, please, because if we don't, we're gonna just be all day.
Let me get one more. Let me get a war call while I got your guy up there from Wakanda. Go ahead. Let me get a war call one more time.
I got you.
With that said,
and all of the Giants fans, if y'all think y'all gonna win this weekend, lean forward just a little bit, right there. Don't move.
Like 1,400 .com ain't doing that. They not doing that over there. They talk we love you to death. Time to get some sleep, man.
Peace.